welcome everyone to the first ever Tekken 8 Tekken World Tour Finals. I'm Rip, here with Markman Boom.
It's fun. I'm so excited to be here. This is our first time, I believe, doing TWT commentary together.
It has to happen.
So it's going to be really fun. We have a fun-filled day. Some of the best Tekken players from around the world, they're going to be going at it, and I'm just excited to see us being able to crown by this weekend the first TWT champion for Tekken.
Exactly. We've got a whole new format this year, 4-day event. Of course, we've got the global leaderboard side, we've got the regional leaderboard side, then the last chance qualifier, finally all the way down to the top 16.
It's going to be fun. And of course, again, we were talking about it. We have the best players here. It's been a long year, you know, with the new Tekken game. It's going to be very exciting. Which region is going to take it? That's the question. Which region is going to take it? There's
America.
A lot of people. They have a shot. They have a shot. They have a shot. I mean, they're still the LCQ. That's going to be exciting. So I'm excited to see that. Before we get into that, I want to give a lot of love to our friends over at Chipotle for always supporting the fighting game community and, of course, the Tekken World Tour. Lots of love to them. But, man, you know what, Rip? I got to ask you, who do you think is going to be taking it today? I mean, obviously, we're not going to figure out who's the champion, but we will know who will be qualifying. Actually, we're going to find out who's going into the group stages and which groups everyone's going to be falling into, but also who's going to be qualifying for our top 16.
Exactly. And I don't know who's going to be in what group even, right? So that's what we got to sort out first, right? We've got all the players ready to go. We're going to find out who of the global leaderboard are going to end up in which group. So let's send it on over to Tasty Steve on the stage to figure this all out.
First and foremost, let me say shout outs to the boy, Markman and Rip. It's a pleasure to actually be on the stage talking about some Tekken 8 here at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2024. Now look, if you guys are new here, let me break down how this works. As you can see, we have a global leaderboard that is really going to put things into perspective. The top ranked 4 players will be sitting, waiting to choose their groups, while we take the rest of the ranked players from the global leaderboard will be choosing their groups. Now, with that, the top ranked players, they do get the opportunity to interrupt one time and choose the group that they will go into without interruption. That will also go by placing on the global leaderboard. So as you can see, it's already set up in order. But with that, we have the best Tekken 8 players in the world. We're about to crown our first Tekken World Tour Tekken 8 champion. But it starts here, so I'm glad you guys are joining us. So let's get to the first player who will have the opportunity to choose his group. With that, one of the strongest Tekken competitors out there. If you've been watching Tekken 7, you've been watching Tekken 8, one of my friends, one of the best players out there. Make some noise for Kakoma! Now, Kakoma gets the opportunity to pick his group first, a hard-fought season here. I like how the rest of the players are leaning in. They're like, where is he going to go? I'm going to interrupt it if I get the opportunity. Teasing with the group C or D. Okay. Come on, Kakoma. Give me a choice. I'm listening.
Get the D out for Kakoma.
First on the board, Kakoma with Group D. Go right there. Go right there. Kakoma taking Group D. Once again, he's one of these players we've been seeing throughout Tekken 7 and especially Tekken 8, getting a spot here to try to be our first Tekken 8 Tekken World Tour champion. With that, my little brother all the way from the Philippines made a big splash when it came to Combo Breaker as well as just Tekken 8. I'm glad to see him up here. AK, come on up. All right, AK, where we going? Got a lot of empty groups up here, leaning towards Group A. But once again, this is really going to shape the tournament.
He's putting his name upside down.
Group C. Group C is where he's going to go. Do me a favor, AK, walk right here. All right, Group C. So we got Group D, Kakoma, Group C, AK. But of course, one of the strongest regions when it comes to Tekken nowadays. You can't say Tekken without mentioning them. Pakistan in the building. The John coming up next to pick his spot and go into one of these groups. As a fellow King player, I love seeing a King player up here. And he's got a new haircut, too. My man is in business mode. All right, let's see what group he chooses to go to, though. At the top, the head of Group B. And we still don't have any interruptions by the players. There you go, right here. So you guys okay over there? No interruptions so far. Arslan looks a little confused. He doesn't. Arslan's like, I can't believe he just did that. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. I already said I got a little brother up here, but I got another little brother up here all the way from the States. Make some noise for Shadow 20Z coming on up here. Let's see the group that he chooses to go in. Goes right to the King group, Group B. Hit right here. Wow, okay. That's really interesting. Especially some of the matches that Shadow has had this year. This does say a lot. And none of the players of yet has interrupted, so this is telling a very big story.
ก็คือไม่กลัวเลยครับ
This is the Tekken World Tour Finals. We got some returning champions.
ไม่กลัวจะจอนเลยนะครับ
None other than
สำหรับ Shadow
has the opportunity to pick a group of his own. Now we already got 4 players up here. Quick to Shizit. He goes to Group B, joining the John. Shadow 20Z. Chickerin gonna be the next contestant there. Chickerin, thank you so much. You guys are still good. No interruptions, huh? No, everybody. They seem really happy with the pick so far. But of course, we have to talk about the UK. We have to talk about how strong their presence is, especially in Tekken 8. Make some noise for Joker. So Joker has the opportunity right now. We still have 2 virtually empty groups, and he goes to Group B. Pakistan, USA, Japan, UK, one group. Group B is where they're gonna be. Look at Arsenal's face. It looks like, look at Wolf. Oh, this is sizing up to be ridiculous already. And then, of course, we have another returning TWT champion. We have another returning TWT champion back to the stage. My friend and a recent father. His kids out here walking. Make some noise for Rank 2. Getting a lot of love in the audience. I like this. The crowd is behind him. Where's Rank 2 gonna go? Remember, guys, you do have the opportunity to interrupt. You have the opportunity. If you put there, you can put in any group, but if it's full, it's full. Your choice. Ramchu thinking about it. He's been here before. He looks back at the panel to make sure. He is really thinking about it. Don't listen to ripping them. Don't go to B. Don't listen to those guys. Follow your heart, Ranchu. Joe Arsenal Ash trying to influence him says, go to A. Quiet over there. Why could I hear that? Quiet. Who do you want to fight, or who do you not want to fight is a better question. Oh, he is really mulling it over. And he continues to look at the rest of the top-ranked players. Bro, we ain't got all day, Rank 2. Come on now. Running out of time on my beads here, dude. Rank 2 goes to Group C, gonna be joining AK. That was a hard-fought decision. That was a tough one. And still, no interruptions from the. Okay, all right. I just wanted to be sure. All right. One of my favorite Jin players in the world, and a brother of mine. Make some noise for Rafe. Rafe, come on up. Rafe. He said I can call him Reef. We're cool like that? We're cool like that? All right, where do you want to go? Still 2 virtually empty groups. Group C getting a little full. You guys do have the option to interrupt. They know about the interrupt. They know that they can interrupt at any point. Mulgold leaning forward like he has a question or two. Remember, players, you guys can interrupt. Raif taking his time right now. Wow, he's looking at the
เอาชาร์จคอมเมนต์แต่ลืมเปิดไมค์
confirm whether he should go to a group. Raif, you know better.
คนแรกนี่คือแบบเสียเปรียบมากเพราะว่าไม่ได้เห็นว่าใครจะมาสำหรับแบบเลือกไม่ได้โดนเขาเลือก
Gonna be the 3rd play in Group C. Thank you so much. One of the legends of Tekken coming up. One of my friends, recently married. I'm glad he is here for the TWT Finals. Make some noise for Chanel. Quick with a Group A. He didn't even get time. Did you guys want to interrupt him? It was not even timed. Oh, XY. All right, so, guys, why are you guys so interested in the group that they picked? Did you guys not want to fight Ranchu? Did you guys not want to fight any? You're scared? Look at Atif down there. Atif, are you okay? You okay? No interruptions yet. Mulgold. No? Oh! a minute. Wherever you want, the floor is yours. And he closes out Group B. I think you can sit back down. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Mogul, come back. Why? Why Group B?
Because I think no one interrupts in Group B, so I think Group B is okay for me. Yeah, so I put Group B. Yes.
Great choice. We see Group B already rounded out. The John, Shadow 20Z, Chicorin, Joker, and Moolgold is going to be all of Group B. And then, of course, we got another Gen player coming up. There's a lot of those going around these days. Make some noise for CBM. All right, let's see. We still have two virtually empty groups. Group A and Group D empty. Group B full. Group C, you got 2 more spots. If any one of the players over here that are ranked top 4, if you would like to interrupt, let me know at any time. If you would like to come in and interrupt, you can do that. He'll still get the pick. CBM going to Group A. Okay. CBM going to Group A. Chanel there as well. So we got 2 very
ก็คือถ้ามั่นใจว่าสู้ออกไปได้ก็คือกด
We
เลย
also still have Group D, which is essentially empty outside of Kakoma. Nobody wants to fight Kakoma, I'm guessing. But of course, you still got Chanel and CBM. But coming up, make some noise for the Law Extraordinaire. You heard Rip go off. Double! So before we get into this, any players want to interrupt? No? All right, Mr. Double, the floor is yours. Looking like he's going towards Group C. Okay, all right. So Group C only has 1 more spot left. 3 of the players that are top ranked on the global leaderboard still holding on to their spot for last. Group C has 1 more spot remaining. Group B completely filled. Group A, 3 spots. Group D has 4 spots remaining. With that being said, I talked about Tekken royalty. This is one of them. Guys, make some noise for Nobi! Go straight to Group D right above Kakoma. Would any of you guys like to interrupt right now? Ulsan standing up. Ulsan, you got something to say?
จะลงกับโนบิหรือเปล่า
Go ahead. It's okay, Nobi. It's all right.
จะลงกับโนบิหรือเปล่า
Racking his brain, thinking about it. Ulsan comes up to join, but
เพราะไม่งั้นคงลงนานแล้วอะ
if it goes in point of ranking points,
ใช่ไหม
he tells him no. He
โค
said
คุมะโนบิใช่ไหม
Uh-oh, he's eyeing Group C.
หรือปิดกรุ๊ป C
He's eyeing Group
อาจจะ
C.
คิดตั้งแต่เมื่อกี้แล้ว
Arthur trying to influence him, telling him to go to Group C. Don't listen to Arson. You follow your heart. Follow your heart, Ulsan. Looks back at Group A. Ooh, he's thinking about it. He's looking Group C up and down. I like the choices here. Oh, he is really thinking about this, and he chooses Group D. 3 players. Whoa, come here. Why? Why Group D?
นั่นผมเนี่ยเพราะมั่นใจ
First thing, I want revenge against Nobi.
หา
Kokoma, respect him. Yeah.
And you respect Kakoma. All right, thank you so much. Go right down here. So we only have Group A with 3 spots.
เอาคือโนบิว่ะ
1 remaining spot. Group B with 2 remaining spots. No
ต้องแพ้ตัวไหน
spots are available. We still have 2
แพ้
players
ด้วย
that
เหรอ
are top ranked who can interrupt at any time. Will they? Probably. But let's see what happens next. Our next player, make some
หนึ่ง
noise.
ปากีกับ
Come
อีก
on
ลูก
up.
ครึ่งอังกฤษนะครับสวัสดีไหมครับทุกคน
Kid on the block, I like to say.
วันนี้มาเช้าเลยเพราะว่ามีแข่ง
But I want to know
อ๋อจะมา
what his choice is going to
ดู
be
พร้อมกัน
when it comes to these groups. Not many spots left up here.
ร้อมผมได้เพราะว่าอาจจะพากไปด้วยส่วนแต่พากทัน ฝึกไงฝึกพากเราอนุญาตกินคอนเฟกต์ไปด้วยนะ
All of these groups are ridiculous, but this is one of those too. Really thinking about it right now. Let you know the selection process is not easy here.
เจอโนบิเจออัลซา
Oh, he's really thinking about it.
คิดหนัก
I'm curious what the thought process is.
มองว่าพี่โนบิอาจจะแบบค่อนข้างเป็นแมตช์อัพที่สบายสุดเพราะว่าเขาไม่น่าเล่นตัวอื่น
I don't know which one it was, but he did not like one of them. And Group D has only one spot remaining.
ก็ถามว่าต้องมีซองตัวอื่นไหมก็มี
So now Group D only one spot. Nobi, Kokoma, Osan, and Farzin
ฟาซีน
holding
มา
it down.
ก
But
รุ๊
of
ปดี
course,
อยู่
Group
ครับ
C with one spot remaining. Group A seems to be the most spots
ฟาซี
remaining.
นอายุ23เองนะ
I'm sure
22
our next
23นะ
player has something to say about it. Happy to have him
Yeah,
back out
cool,
on
yeah,
the
cool.
Tekken World Tour. Also one of the champions you need to look out for. Make some noise for Low High.
ลองไม่รู้ครับ
Atif, Arslan, you guys have the opportunity to interrupt. Always forget how tall Lohai is. My man is tall.
กรุ๊ป A ไว้คนบ้านเดียวกันรู้แมตช์อัพหมดแล้ว
He has a spot. Group A, however, has the most spots.
กรุ๊ป C ก็เปลี่ยนได้
Group C comes to a close. AK, Rangchu, Raif, Double, and Lohai will round out Group C. So
กรุ๊ป C เป็นกรุ๊ปเดียวที่ยังไม่มี
only
แบ
have
บ
Group A and
ท็อป
Group D
10 นะ
with spots remaining.
ใช่ไหม
Group A on the most. But of course, we got a specialist out there. Been playing Nina as long as I've known him. Make some noise for John. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, Osai. I said Osai. Yo, Arslan, you gotta wait.
ได้อะ
You wanna
จอร์ดเหรอ
interrupt? Is
จอร์ด
that what you're telling
อ้า
me?
วเอาแล้ว
Well, if that's the case, you come here. Arslan, make your selection. There's only 2 groups he could go to. And now you can see Atif wait, but he's in for, you gotta wait till the next one. Group A goes to Arslan. Give me 2 seconds. Step right over here. You step right here. Why?
ทำเส้นกดไปแล้ว
You
ไป
don't know.
เกินครึ่งแล้ว
You were influencing all the other players. What do you mean?
I don't want to go to Group D. I mean, I don't want to fight Ulsan, Nobi, and Farzin, so that's why I think I have only with this
อัน
open.
นี้กับรีมิคิม่า
So, yeah.
Well, good luck. Go this way.
แรงจู
Thank you so much, Jod. It's now you. You can't go. Wait. It's only one. It's only one. To my understanding, it's only one. Anytime. Atif, come on up. You come over here. Atif, pick your spot.
เอา
No,
ละ
he's definitely going D. He's going Group D. Atif, if we'll flip it around. There we go. Atif rounds out Group
เรา
D.
คงน็อกกี่ตัวครับเนี่ย
Kokoma, Osan, Atif gonna be, and Farzin gonna be the rest of Group D. That's gonna close it out. Why Group D?
I'm just fight to against Ulsan and Nobu. That's why I choose this.
Well, you got a chance right now. Go right here. Atif with the interrupt. I'm sorry we had to put you to the side like that on the back burner, but Jod, the floor is now yours. Going straight to Group A. Obviously, that's the only choice. Chanel, CBM, Arslan, Ash, and Jod. And now we are to our final player here from the global leaderboard who will be picking the last spot. I'm definitely a fan, and I promise you, you will be too after you see him play. Lee Mashima! Come on up. Obviously, Group A is the only one left. Rocking that jacket quite well. Yeah. Well, as you can see right here, we have our global leaderboard round robin groups in order. Group A, you see Chanel, CBM, Arslan Ash, Jod, as well as Lee Mashima. Group B is going to be the John, Shadow, Chikarin, Joker, Mulgold. Group C, AK, Rangchu, Raif, Double, Lohai. And Group D, which is a lot of players, is going to be Nobi, Kakon, Takoma, Ulsan, Atif, and Farzine to round it out. Look, I've heard the Peanut Gallery, aka my homies Markman and Rip, talking about what their choices are. Let's send it back to those guys to hear what they have to say.
Completely unbelievable. I cannot believe we witnessed what we just saw. The interruptions were brilliant.
Were they?
They were brilliant in the way where I was just losing my mind. I felt like I did more commentary during that 10-minute period than any other portion
Of the year.
of the year.
Exactly. That was incredible. And Group D is insane.
Killer.
Atif going to deal with like YD. Ulsan's there.
Yeah. And
EWC.
yeah.
He wants the run.
He wants the run back. But man, this is going to be crazy. You guys have now seen it. We're going to be getting into Group A very shortly, but we have matches after matches after matches throughout the entire day, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. What do you feel about what we're going to see for Group A?
Arslan is in Group A, right? But look, before we get into what's going to happen in Group A, let's talk about how we got here, right?
Sure.
We got the master events we had throughout the entire year. Evo Japan 2024 is where we kick things off, right? The game has changed so much since back then.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And we had Chicken win that one, Jadwan and Paradise game battle in Africa, AK over Arslan, the combo breaker, Chanel and Bam in Australia, Mogul Super Tournament in Korea, and then Atif with that big win in CEO.
Yeah, then we had the mix-up over in France. Double ended up taking that one. Then we had the biggest Tekken tournament of all time at Evo in Las Vegas. Arslan Ash ended up taking that crown.
ไม่ซ้ำเลยนะ
Fighting
ผ
where
มว่า
Local
มี
took
อีเวนต์
that. We had Emirates Showdown where Kokoma ended up being the victor. Then at Punishment 3, we had Lee Mishima, who was able to win that
ไม่
one.
ซ้ำคือมูโก
Master event.
น่าจะเพราะว่า
Tiger uppercut and the John ended up taking that victory.
น่าจะไม่ไกลมาก
So that was all the master events. Let's go and talk about the challenge.
That's
That's also how these guys got their points. Takoma, Electric Flash kicked off the year. That was one of these like surprise events, and I didn't even know he was going to, right? So that was huge. Shadow 20Z winning 3F. Rive in Brussels Challenge. Nobi DreamHack Dallas, which was a super stacked event. We had Fight Festival Duke and Lee Mishima winning out there, and then only the best, Arslan Ash.
Yeah, then we had second win. Rank 2 ended up taking that tournament. And then at FB Major, Atif able to take that big victory. We also had crossover with Sin and that Yoshimitsu able to take that. We have Mooring with Dawood able to take that tournament. And then at UFA, going back to France for that challenger event, Ulsan ended up taking that one. And then we had Thunderstruck. Arslan Ash went out to Mexico, ended up taking that tournament.
Yeah, and Ulsan for Clash of the Olympians. CBM down back-to-back Cape Town Showdown champion too, right? So it's pretty crazy. These players have traveled around the world now, and Arslan Ash, winning multiple events. When I thought about the year, I think about Ulsan winning a lot, but really Arslan, when you look at the results, is the guy who's pulled through a lot. But this is also the regional leaderboard, right? For the guys who didn't qualify for those master events or those challenger events, you see Fear of South and North America, Divine Exorcist for Central America, Noel for South America, Daniel Mato, West Europe, and Kostakis for Eastern Europe.
Yeah, then at West Africa, we had Shaolin qualified. And in South Africa, we had Yondaime. And then for North and East Africa, we had Dedekari. And then at the Middle East, we had the Step Brothers. And then from Africa, we had Mulan. Amazing brothers.
We also got India, Tejan, Book, of course, from Thailand, Aladar, Moyo, and Shonen from Japan. I mean, just to round things out. And that's our regional leaderboard. These guys can all have round-robin format play tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll be looking forward to seeing those players. But taking a big snapshot and looking at how we got here, you can see the top 20 players that we just placed on that group stage leaderboard, and we're going to see these guys clash. The top 4, they had a chance to interrupt and kind of project and put themselves in where they wanted to go. Arslan Ash, obviously the leader of the pack, first place in points, but just barely over Ulsan, man. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, when you look at this top 20, I mean, if you just take a look at the flags, you can see Pakistan, Korea, Japan, right? Those are the 3 big regions represented out here. You've got a couple of other nations that squeezed in as well, but the big dogs are really those 3 nations. That's really what the story's going to come down to. At least that's what it feels like at this point.
That's what it feels like, but you got to give credit where credit's due. We have Joker from the UK. We have Jod from France. We have the lone United States representative in Shadow, and then we even have AK from the Philippines. So it's going to be fun. I think a lot of people have things to look forward to, but we're going to get started with Group A. That's going to be super fun. I can't wait to see how that's
นี่ทีมไม่ใช่ลูกครึ่งว่ะ
Exactly. But
นี่ลูกครึ่ง
got
คือ
the
โจ๊กเกอ
excellent
ร์
Tekken Festival coming up this weekend. It's Thursday out here, but Saturday and
Joker,
Sunday is
really.
when this Tekken Festival will be happening. When we have Bell South should be a first. That's going to be the venue. Absolutely free to enter. There's going to be a bunch of side tournaments, side events happening. They're going to have tournaments of Tekken 1, 2, 3, 5, and I believe Tekken Tag 1 as well.
Yeah, all the old classic games, you can play them on arcade and on the consoles that they were on. So it's going to be fun and exciting. There's going to be a Tekken party as well on Friday night. So again, if you guys have a chance to make it out to the Tekken, the excellent Tekken Festival in Shibuya, if you're in Japan, you have no excuse not to go. You still have a few days to book a ticket and fly over to
Yeah.
Japan and meet us over there, and we'll be able to have a lot of fun together, celebrating the 30 years of Tekken.
Exactly. Just a 6-minute walk from the Shibuya station out here. So very easily accessible. And it should be fun, of course, the 30th anniversary of Tekken, it's only going to come around once, man, so can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You know what's happening, right? We're going to get into Group A. We're going to get to see a lot of these players going at it. I think it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to see some hearts broken, and we're going to see some people really showing off what they've been hiding and what they've been training for. We had a 2-month span. We had a 2-month span. It's super fun.
Exactly. And here's a look at all our groups, all the players we just saw them place their names up on the board a second ago. But kicking off Group A, we got Chanel and CBM from Korea, Arslan Ash from Pakistan, Jod from France, and Lee Mishima from Argentina out here.
Yeah. I got to ask you, who do you think is going to take it? And, I know...
In this group,
who's going to make it? There's 2 players that are going to be making it out, and that's what we're going to be focused on here at the start of the day. But, again, you guys can see the other groups that are going to be happening a little bit later on. But, Rip, I got to ask you, focus in, lock in.
Yeah.
Who do you think are the 2 players that we got to watch out for in Group A?
We talked about how Chanel has the marriage buff, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, is it his time finally? We've always seen him kind of come up short of these big events. Like, he's gotten second at the Global Championship forever ago. But, like, maybe now it's a new Chanel.
Yeah. We have the 2 premier Nina players in this group with Arslan, Ash, and Jod.
Ooh, good point.
And Jod, very, very technical. Arslan, obviously, just a solid all-around player, one of the best in Tekken history. Then we have Lee Mishima, who a lot of people maybe would be surprising a lot of these players because using Lydia, the lone Lydia in the field. However, he also plays Lee as well. So I wonder which character he's going to take into the mix. It's going to be fun to see how this is all going to play out. And then you have Jin from CBM.
No,
I
exactly.
feel like he's a sleeping giant.
And CBM, he started off the year of Tekken 8 very strong. He looked like the strongest CBM ever. And then slowly over time, it looked like he's just kind of fallen off over the year. But then at the end, starting to bring it back. So maybe he's back. Maybe it's his time now.
Yeah, I think. Are we ready to get started?
I'm ready to get started. Who's our first match?
We'll find out. Let's send it over to the stage and Tasty Steve.
Shout outs to the guys holding it down over there. I appreciate them. I love their insight. It's good to see these guys sitting, talking some Tekken on commentary finally, especially for Tekken 8. But let's get to Group A. We've already said who's going to be in it, so let me remind you guys one more time. First up, come on out, Chanel. Then, of course, we have CBM. Come on up.
โคตรป่านเดียวกัน
We can never forget Arslan Ash. Come on down. And then, of course, we do have Jod. Come on up, bro. A newcomer here, a strong newcomer. And last in Group A, Lee Mishima.
โคตรเฟี้ยวอ่ะ
This is your Group A.
ลีมิชิมะโคตรเฟี้ยวอ่ะ
Battling to see who of these 5 players will make it out. Only 2 makes it out of that group alive, and of course they will be going on to the main bracket, but they have to go through this part first. And the first match that we will be seeing will be Chanel versus CBM. It's going to be Korea versus Korea to start off the Tekken World Tour Finals for placement. It's about to be amazing. I can't wait till we get
ก็ว่าทำไมคนอื่นไม่ถือจอย
I'm going to send it back over to Markman and Rip. Take it away.
So we get to kick it off with Korea versus Korea, CBM versus Chanel. Probably the Jin, as we expect from CBM. Chanel, though, a little bit of a wild card. We've seen a couple characters from him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we can see Elisa, we can see Zafina. It could be one of those 2 characters, or maybe even another surprise character. Again, these players have had about 2 months to kind of train and practice and evaluate the other 20 players that they're going to be going up against in the tournament. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be picked. And it's going to be, again, the 2 best performances out of this group stage is going to make it into our top 16. One of the things I should specifically call out, I mean, I mentioned earlier, we have the 2 best Nina or most known Nina players, right? You'd be a fool to not choose to go up against Arslan.
สวัสดีค
So
รับ
now it's like a bonus. You have 2 Nina players that you can test your skills on, test your metal on. So I feel like for some of these players, and I would say for all of these players, they probably lab that character for
ลืมผม
Yeah, I gotta believe Nina
ลืมเปิดไมค์
on everyone's list to study for this.
Ow.
That's a great point you brought up too, right? The tour is only 6 months. It was like between
Yeah.
April and October.
Yep.
So
อันนี้มารอ
since
เชียร์หนัง
then,
ปะคะ
all these guys have been
ใช่
training.
ครับ
Maybe we'll see some surprise picks. Maybe some characters we don't expect to see. Hey,
นี่ยังไม่มีใครมาเลยเหรอ
ใช่ใช่
at least in qualification terms, right? So
เดี๋ยวนะคะ นี่ใครนะคะ
I don't think we'll see it in this group
น้ำปั่น
round,
ครับ
but
น้ำปั่น
never know.
We were
Oh.
talking about, I feel like one of the surprise characters that we might be seeing throughout the weekend.
แล้ว
There
เจ้า
is
ที
no
บอก
main
ว่าจะ
character
มาเชียร์
qualification that has used
ไม่
Yoshimitsu.
รู้เลย
However,
เรา
Yoshimitsu is one of those
น่าจะ
characters
ไป
that
อาบน้
everybody always talks about.
ไม่ได้นัดกับใคร
Red.
ไว้
So
ที่
I
มาเอง
wouldn't be surprised if we
ำไม่ได้
someone
นัด
pull out
ใคร
Yoshi.
เลยเหรอคะ
จ้า
Exactly. And Chanel right now, you can talk about a couple of his characters. He's got his defeat.
นี่
that
นัด
he's
กับ
been
พี
using.
กับพัดไว้ค่ะ
Historically, he's been known as
น่า
a
จะมา
decent
นะคะ
player.
คิดว่า
But let's talk about CBM right now. 31
มีใครแชร์จอยังคะ
14th on the global leaderboard. As I mentioned, Cape Town.
หรือว่าต่างคนต่างดู
Right, Tekken 7 and Tekken 8.
ต่างคนต่างดูแล้ว
First
กัน
title played was Tekken 3 actually. And respect
Ah,
to Tekken 3,
ได้
guys, no
ค่ะ
kidding.
Yeah, he mentioned that the other day on Twitter, and I was like, oh man, that's so sweet. I know those guys, they're really close. They play each other a lot. They give each other a lot of shit sometimes, but of course they support each other. And then we have Chanel, of course. First place since Tekken 1.
Wow.
Recently got married. Most respected of his entire team. He likes going to the gym. And he, lifetime main character is Eliza.
What?
The narcoleptic
It must have
vampire.
been Elisa.
No, he said
Right? It was
Eliza.
a pronunciation thing.
No, definitely not. Anyways, we're going to get ready. We're at the character select screen. Looks like we're going to start things off. Jin expected from CBM. He is locked in, but right now,
นี่ครับ
Chanel hovering with Elisa.
Yeah, I think that's
Live
probably
Moi.
what we're going to see here.
จะได้ดูพร้อม
Be
กัน
first to two format, round robin. And we've seen these round robin formats
เริ่ม
in
แล้วเริ่ม
previous
แล้ว
Tekken World Tour finals, and every single game is so important. We've seen so many players just lose one game. They cost them so big, right? So every game matters a huge amount here. Here we go, game number one. CBM
นี่ครับ
versus
สวัสดีค
Chanel.
รับ
All right, we are kicking off the
โอ้
Tekken
ยพี่โด
2024
พี่โด
finals.
เขาดู
This is
Tekken
the
World
very
Tour กัน
first game of Group Stage A. Starting things off, nice power crush to, just keep them honest. Right now, CBM looking for an opening. CBM, such a methodical player now, the way that he kind of approaches things. We kind of talked about this towards the end of Tekken 7. He would care less about the open neutral game and kind of just focus on getting these big hits early on. Let's see what he's going to do here, how he's going to deal with Chanel. Chanel, such a strong player.
ใช่แล้ว
Okay, gets the follow here.
เออ
Gets him at the wall with the spike here, activates,
combo.
tries to keep him into the
Smash that.
Heat
into the
smash.
heat smash. That was good stuff.
Yeah, CBM round number one here. Floor pink and purple ready to be broken.
All right. And again, look at that. He is in. I feel like he's so comfortable
Sweet.
in this matchup, able to whip punish with the can-can kicks. He's gonna spike him. Are we going down? No, keeps him there.
Yeah, the wall pressure is really good for Jin here. Tornado at the wall, gonna activate that heat burst to continue the combo. This time gonna take more. Has heat dash or heat smash available to continue here as well. Let's go for the spike.
Did not cancel afterward. Doesn't matter. Able to close it out. Gets that nice 50-50. Goes for the down four. And here we go. 2 rounds straight.
Yeah, great start for CBM so far.
ข่าวสอง
See what he does.
สิ
2-1 pressure here. No duck on the second hit. Nice parry.
เอ
Gets
อ
beautiful
นี่สวย
forward.
มาก
LRK, give me the floor all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, he puts him in a precarious position here. He's going to get the spike, guaranteed follow-up.
Oh man, it's not looking good for Chanel. Sides of hawking a little bit late, 3 rounds straight for CBM.
That was super convincing. Not because there was no point in this set or in this opening game where Chanel put the pressure on CBM where he had to play out of control. He was completely in control the entire time. Momentum was on his side. Chanel's going to have to wake up here. He's going to stick to his character. We're going to the random stage select. In between every single game here, it's always going to be a random stage select.
Yeah, and quickly we end up on the arena stage. And this could be a quick 2-0 here, man. Chanel's got to wake up. First match of the tournament. First match of the finals.
Starting things off again. CBM with such a great approach here. Really strong character with Jin. Good block up the down two.
สลับกันโปกล่างนะครับ
Trying to find his opening, but a big
เดนดอร์ฮอคคิกมา
He's gonna get the wall here.
วอทอร์นาโดวอคอมโบปาบ
Savage sword ender.
สี่
Fends the heat smash now. A lot of pressure
Man,
Chanel
don't
though.
What a trade. Trying to get the follow there. Doesn't matter. Gets the mid and CBM.
ทุกอย่างนะ
Now
ทุก
4
อย่าง
rounds straight.
He's running away with
จีน
it.
มีทุกอย่างอ่ะ
He's looking really, really strong here.
Yeah, look at CBM. He's playing so confident now. Got him to duck there. Wall carry's good.
แม้กระทั่งมีเวฟหมู่เวฟ
Extends the combo,
ก
full
ดดัน
damage, 30% quick.
Goes for a low this time. Is Chanel ready for it? And this time just switching positions. That was very, very strong play.
โอ้สวย
Able to
ได้
get
วอ
the
ลแฟต
advantage here off the wall. And this is where the chainsaws come out. This is where she could be in full control.
สายมา
Chanel trying to make things happen, but look at that, just like that, CBM turns things around with the positioning.
Beautifully timed heat burst there to get to the electric this time.
สี่
See what he does.
Heat burst dash for CBM.
Knock that.
Slate again.
That was
ส
a
อง
great
เฟรม
punish
ป่ะ
there with the
สอง
backward two.
สี่ป่ะ
the mix.
ติดแจ็บสวยติดแจ็บพี่
Follow up here. Good whip.
สามเปลี่ยน
One more hit can do it, and there it is.
Beautiful punish from CBM. 5 rounds straight. Can we get a full sweep to close out a 2-0 start for CBM here at the finals?
He's looking really strong here. Will Chanel go down without taking a round? He's going to have to start letting loose. I mean, it's starting to work now. Let's see what he does. He does have a decent life lead here.
Oh my god, you do not want to lose 2-0 in this format. Punish, there it is.
Okay, this could be huge here. He's going to activate. Heat activation here. What's the mix-up? Rage
Hit a
Art.
button?
นี่หนาเลย
Oh,
สวย
No, sir. All right, Chanel
คืน
on
ครับ
the
ขอ
board.
แต้มคืนครับ
You know, we saw Chanel at EWC with that Yagami match, right? He was the one that had the comeback happen to him. Now it's his turn. 5 rounds down. Can he make this happen?
can he do it? It would be the comeback of most comebacks. Let's see if he has what it takes. Nice parry again on the down forward 4. Able to get that follow-up here. Look at this pressure here from CBM.
Yeah, not a good spot, the
where's
wall.
he going? Rocket punch to the back of the skull.
Not a good position for Chanel. Rage mode activated. Jab effort. There you go. CBM closing it out. 2-0.
That is quite the performance.
โคตรไว
An exclamation mark showing people that he came to play.
ขึ้น
He's
ขึ้น
not
เร็ว
going
มาก
to
ครับทุ
mess
กคน
around. But Chanel now having a loss here in the group stage. That could affect him. He still has a good chance, but again, he's just going to have to go against
จะ
everybody
จริง
in
เขามี
this
ทุก
group.
อย่าง
You have to get one of the 2 best records to get
จริง
out there.
มี
But
ทุกอย่าง
man,
ครับ
heads up, that was a rough one.
That
That
was
was a rough
definitely a rough one. And, you know, again, it was even more rough because it was 2-0, right? Like, that 0 is going to matter a lot when you count up the total games, etc. So if there's a tiebreaker situation, that can really come back to haunt them.
Yeah. For every player, you want to make it as close as possible.
จอดครับ
Even if you lose out of the group stage,
Huh?
or out of the match,
มีเรื่องแมตช์เหรอ
you want to be
มี
able
เรื่อง
to
แมตช์
get
ได้
the
เลย
most advantage against your opponents, especially if it comes down to a tiebreaker.
มีเรื่องแมตช์ไหมนั้น
You want to at
โอ้
least try to
โห
get
ใช้จอยทองด้วยโคตรเท่
Otherwise, you got to get 2-0s and other people to try to.
จอยแชมป์อ่ะ
But looks like coming up next, we do get the Nina match.
จอยแชมป์อ่ะ
Yeah. Well, what are the odds? The 2 Ninas in the entire tournament going up against each other early on. I wouldn't be surprised though if our
Jai
team
Cham
is
à?
as well. That could be.
Ủa, ta đại
surprising.
được.
Obviously, we know Nina is his main character, but he's been messing with so many characters. He's been streaming for like 10 hours straight, training against all the different Pakistani players using a majority of the cast. So I'm sure, is prepared. Anti-Nina, I'm sure he's prepared.
Have we seen these guys play? I feel like we have.
We have in the past. It was early on in the tour, and I remember Arson was talking about, like, you know what, I'm studying Jod's style, Nina.
Yes.
I'm taking pointers from how to optimize. It was him and Victimo that he was really studying and trying to learn and flesh out his character. And obviously, he made it work. He was able to really elevate his Nina to a level where he could win the biggest tournaments.
No, yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one goes. I feel like Jod,
Yeah.
he's had a couple of performances throughout the year where afterwards we saw him on Twitter. He's like, man, I was really disappointed in myself. I know I could do better than that.
Yeah.
And now this is his opportunity, right? He's got a very difficult group in front of him here. And he's got this man, Arslan Ash, who has one of the craziest Tekken histories. Like, he is the man to beat. He is the reigning, defending Tekken World Tour champion from Tekken 7. And no one has ever won 2 championships, even if you count the global championships, Tekken World Tour championships in Tekken 7, and now we've put the kick off Tekken 8. So we'll see if he could be the first to be a 2-time, and even a back-to-back.
Yeah. The 5-time EVO champion here going in. Obviously, for a lot of people, I'm sure he is the favorite, but he's going up against Jod. Jod, very young superstar here. Started off early in his Tekken career, and then, you know, just he started traveling, started going around the world towards the end of Tekken 7, and now with Tekken 8. He started with Tekken 7.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? There's no one play that I respect more than others. I appreciate skill, not just Tekken, but in general. Ooh, he just likes skill, dude.
เดือนนี้น่าเจอนีน่าหรือเปล่านะครับ
Cooking, so we're gonna let him cook today. Let's see if he has
Let
what it
him
takes to
cook.
take down one of the greatest of all
Ui,
time, if not
jing
the
ด้วย
greatest Tekken player.
แต่
Arslan
มันก็แน่นอนป่ะ
versus Jod. Pakistan versus
ช่วง
France.
นี้
Yeah,
อิสลาม
we
ก็
had that group
นีน่านะครับ
selection process, and they asked Arslan, why did you select this group? He's like, I don't know, man. I just didn't want to play
He
those
knows.
other guys.
He is such a
แต่อัส
confident
ลาม
player.
เขา
He
เล่น
definitely.
Do you
ตาม
really
ไม่
think
ตา
so?
ยนะ
I think he really looked confused up there. I think he genuinely was like, I really don't know, man. This one looks easier
Well,
to me right now.
Sometimes he's one of those guys where he may not be able to explain it, but he lets his game do the talking. He's going to explain it to us in game why he picked this stage or why he picked this group.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
Because he knew everyone who he was going against.
Yeah, you know, he's had some, he hasn't had the best of luck in Tekken World Tour Finals group stages.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, we're going to find out. I'm excited to see this. A matchup that we probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. But Nina versus Nina early on here, Group A. This is going to be a battle.
เดี๋ยวคัมทุกเกมเป่าติงฉุก
I believe, well, it's obviously second player. I think it's Joe.
Okay. Wow, steps the blonde bomb immediately.
All right, side sideways at the wall here. Had to adjust, did not get the combo, but look at that. Back to the wall here. He's got to be careful. John, such a technical prowess when it comes to using Nina. He can optimize beyond optimization. He's crazy.
He's optimized beyond optimized. We got
Which
10
way did
catches.
you block?
Oh my god. All right.
That was tight.
Yeah, he's flexing already, man. He's like, yo, this is my character, bro. You might be a champion, but this is my character.
And John, early on with the lead, gets that opening round.
Oh my gosh. And if you're Arth, this is not what you want. The
Oh,
momentum, right? The
so
momentum
easy.
swing. John the down forward too. Ball
so
carry
that
right
down.
there.
Keeps him there, did not activate the hit.
Bro!
He tried it with the hit.
Did he
Not-
tech catch
That
himself?
was weird. He mixed himself up. And here comes Arthur, an opportunity, but the side wall set messes up his combo follow-up. Has a chance here, they trade blows.
Oh my goodness. Nice block.
อันนี้
Yeah, great punish, gets that knockdown. The gets are
อื
out.
ม
They
มันหนี
should,
ไม่ได้เหรอ
Yeah, no one
Let's see,
activating
anyway.
Heat Raw right now.
oh, that could have been, I thought that was counter hit there. Big opportunity here,
Yeah.
Blonde Bomb.
มันขี่อะนะ
Oh, no two
ขี่
one.
ดึงเกียร์
Counter throw.
He
50
might be
50.
dead. He got him with the mid. And John is up 2 rounds now, stealing that one away.
Okay.
2-0 แล้วครับ
Good start for John.
ไฟนอล
John definitely came here to play. He's not
โอ้ยงานสวยอีกแล้ว
He did the sway back down
โอ้โห
forward. Gets the
สาม
lock.
อัน
He's gonna push to the wall. He's gonna activate.
ถึง
No,
พอ
keeps it.
พอคอมโบ
Saving it. Let's see what he does.
โอเคโอเคเฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ย
This is
เฮ้ย
wild.
Yo.
ไหลมา
Oh,
Oh.
what a
Side.
Gonna get the follow up here. The wall.
เออ
Wow, block through.
โอ้ยสวยอีกแล้ว
Again, especially as he
สวย
knows.
มาก
Can he kill with this? No.
Yo, he's activating. Let's see what he does.
ไปครับ
This mix
ต่อ
up.
ครับ
This
ที่วอลครับ
mix up is gonna be dangerous.
Wipe with the
สไลด์มา
Wipe
โอ้
with
โอ้ย
What's he gonna do?
ทีเดียวโอ้
Oh my gosh, Arthur hangs off the down four.
He went for the low option there. Arson on
น่า
the
กลัวมากเลยมันเร็วมันเร็วมากเลย
But you
ดิ
already saw a certain situation where John
เออสวยอีกแล้ว
once again he's launching and he's able to do it one more time with the 172.
He's able to call the down forward 1-2 there with the jabs right now. And a decent lead from John right now. Down back threes all day. Block bomb from Arthur. Give me that health back.
That is so crazy to be able to pull it out in those situations where he's needing those lows, where lows would obviously beat out that power crush. Okay, nice. He's using the down forward one only this time, trying to restrict his movement.
Oh my gosh, Arthur picked up game one going to John right now.
And John is shown up here, taking game number 1 against the points leader and
Good one.
probably the favorite here for the TWT Championship.
ขึ้นเร็วมากครับ
Dash
ทุก
has
คน
to go back to the drawing board here. Is he going to change characters? Is he going to pick?
He's sticking with it.
All
He's
right.
sticking with it. It's just going to be a stage change here.
Yeah.
I think it's a good choice.
It's a good choice to pick the same character.
In a first to two situation in the round robin format, I think it's best to stick with the character.
I'm going to call this out the way I saw it. I feel like John knows Nina way more than Arson maybe knows Nina in the versus matchup.
I think that John is the character
Wow.
specialist here, right?
Oh,
เชื่อ
yeah.
ว่าเขารู้เยอะกว่าเพ
You
ราะว่า
saw a second ago.
เขารู้เกมแผนว่า
He's got
ที
the
แม่
ready for the
เล่นยัง
LOL
ไง
emoji on and everything, right? So I don't main anybody, bro. John's like, I main Nina, bro. It's my character.
All right, we're going to find out. Who can take? He gets the follow-up. I feel like that was guaranteed situation. Gets the follow-up here.
โอ้สองวอสวย
John
ทุกอัน
going in. What's the mix?
แล้วก็คอมโบโอ้
He did another.
ได้ทอร์นาโดด้วยอ่ะ
He paid off the cameraman.
Why are you check roller, bro?
เสียงว่าด่าท่านั้นอ่ะ
Second five out here all of a sudden.
น่าจะเสียวันเหรียญนะเพราะ
Nerfed out,
ท่า
right?
ทอน
You
อ่ะ
gotta jump over, that's gotta go.
โอ้ดิเช็ค
John is great.
John
This is insane.
That's what I was saying, man. He has so many events where he's like, dude, I know I could have done better than that. And this is his moment right now. This is where you want it to happen, at the final.
Oh, he went for the back one there. I don't think that's what he wanted. Still has a chance right now. Get back to with Arslan. Here we go. This is a strong round from Arslan.
This is the scary part about Arslan, man. It's even the first two format, he's the most consistent player still. It's like, how does he even do it? He's always able to adapt and bring things back.
Yeah, this is something we've seen from throughout time and again. He would lose the first match, sometimes very convincingly. Then he slowly but surely make a comeback, right? But can he do it? Oh, he gets the third in. That's going to hurt big time, too.
Heat activation to continue the combo at the wall now.
Guns a-blazing, counter hit.
Counter. Looking like the
โอ้โด
round
น
here.
แล้วโดนแล้วจบไหม
Quite.
มี
What
เช
a
ฟ
strong round from Arslan. Still in it.
All right,
มี
we got a
สลับ
match.
กับโลนะ
I mean, he just stole the momentum back. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's not done till it's done yet.
John kind of second-guessing his offense here. Doesn't want to get clipped with another counter hit.
He's fishing for the same kind of openings, but Arslan's not giving him space for it.
Let's see what he's got.
I looking good. Arsenal looking good. A lot of down jab income coming out of him now, too.
Look at this life lead. How is John going to come back here? He has range, but has to deal with that crazy mix-up. Didn't even have to go for it. But look at that. Arsen took it back.
John probably doesn't practice that stage, man. Give him a second. He's adapting. He's adjusting right now. He's probably going to switch the stage up.
Well, you have to.
Random it. Yeah, so I said he's probably going to do it.
That was a good probability.
It's a good probability.
It's going to be the same stage.
That would be
On
wild.
random, it'll be the same stage. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to the beach. All right, it comes down to this. It is tied 1 apiece. Pakistan versus France. The 2 best Nina players, arguably, in the world.
Here we go. Final game. Who's going to take this at 2-1? And I mean, for either player, at least you tied it up 1-1 here, right? So you're scoring the round roster, which is looking good.
Nice, good side step, 1 snake shot cancels. Trying to find this offense early on here. Arsen trying to fish for that back 2 counter hit. Trying to catch it that time, not able to do it. Let's see what he does.
Oh! On the slide. Doesn't get the punish, unfortunately.
She has so much evasion on whip there. It really restricts her hurt box.
Yeah, I don't know if Dodge meant to the back there, but it cost him.
And Arsen gonna get the wall here.
Hey.
Side step 4. Look at this approach here. The patience there from Arsen Ash, and he is now in the lead here.
He's back in control.
เช็ดเหลือโครงหน้าดู
John's gonna have to gather his thoughts here. Let's see if he can pull it off. But Arsen right now, he's smelling the
ใช่
blood.
ปะ
He's
เช็ดไม่
going
รักใช่
in.
โอ้
Oh, he was ready.
นัดสวย
Went for it. That down for 1 second high can be canceled, but John gets punched there. Wall is right there ready.
Good conversion. Follow up here. Goes for the side step 4 and a block. Goes for the low option with the wipe before. Arsen right now. Oh my God, that wasn't on purpose.
Breaking the glass.
I think he was trying to pick it there with the side step 1-2. Not able to do it here. John looking to close it out here. Tied up 1 round here.
หนึ่งหนึ่ง
In
ครับ
this
หนึ่ง
final
หนึ่ง
game.
I can't believe that neither of them have blocked the wipe before yet. They've both been thrown out just the right time to catch each other's offense off guard.
It's such a scary thing too. It's like you don't want to duck at the wrong time.
Ooh, he's ready. Yo, Arsen Ash.
Oh, he drops the combo there. Could have got way more damage. Could have had a way more favorable position.
And Arsen calling out John on the side step that time.
Okay, gets the follow-up punish. Into the heat activation.
Oh man, wall press now. Goes for counter. Pixel last chance. The wall press down for and Arsen Ash on set point.
This is big. He can do it. He can move forward here, get that big dub that you need. 4-2 pressure.
John starting to tighten up a little too much right now. Arsen has the light lead.
Oh!
You call him.
Nice call out there. Able to catch him. He tried to react
จ้า
or
ที
retaliate.
แหละ
John activating heat back. Now both players. Heat bar is active. John spent some gun.
ไปทางต่อหน้าวง
Get a heat damage.
โอ้
That is
Oh,
super
good.
important. Doesn't get the ball
อ๋อยิง
splat.
ขึ้น
Heat back. John has range.
คิดดาเมจเยอะมากตอนนี้
Last chance.
Alright.
Arsen Ash brings it back
ไป
and
ได้
gets
สอง
it done.
อ่า
2-1 over John.
What a set. I mean, you know, John came out guns blazing early on. Was very convincing in game number 1, taking that 3 rounds straight. And then slowly but surely it happened. Arsen Ash started download complete, able to make that comeback. Man, that was great stuff, man. That was insane.
That's got to be like the scariest start for Arsenal. Like as soon as he sits up there, like gets smoked first, he's like, oh gosh, what kind of Tekken Final is this gonna be for me?
It was crazy though, because John really showcased his mastery of fighting against Nina, but also had the tricks ready.
Of course.
And they
Yeah,
hit.
tech catches in game 1. We didn't really see them in the later games.
Yeah, we don't really see him. And obviously he made it work out, and it cost.
เหมือนแรกๆไม่ค่อยมิกอัพแรกๆคือ
Arsen just
อัสลานแบบ
didn't get launched, didn't
เอ
get
อ
pushed
ค่อน
into
ข้าง
the
เช็ค
corner.
เยอะเช็ค
Really
เยอะ
found
ที
his
นี้เขา
footing, and
รู้
he
ว่า
just kept it
เขา
to
โดน
a
เช็ค
poke,
ไง
and
เขา
he
ว่า
ended up coming out on
ก้ม
top.
ไป
Yeah, it really felt like Arsenal controlled the neutral a lot better after that first game.
เช็ค1-2 1-2
You know,
เรื่อย
he set the pace, and John had to adapt the whole time. But here we go, coming up again, man. Just match after match, back to back right now. Chanel going up against Lee Mishima. Korea versus Argentina here at the finals.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the biggest surprise factor. This player, Lee Mishima, and how he's going to approach. He is probably the least watched player out of all the players that we have in this group stage. However, he definitely earned his spot here.
Oh, without a doubt.
He has done so well in the few events that he entered for the TWT, obviously doing very well in his local region for the dojo event, but ended up winning that master event in Bolivia, but then also doing very well at TGU. He played very, very well at that event. And he did it with Lydia.
That's the best part about it, right?
Yeah.
Lydia was a DLC character. She came to the game a little bit later than the rest of them.
Yep.
And people, they kind of wrote her off at first.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't know about this
I
character.
feel like they still write her off.
Yeah. So, and, here he is putting in the work, qualifying, getting that 20th spot, right? The last spot here for the global leaderboard. And, of course, we're looking at Chanel here, who did have a rough start here in his first matchup, went 0-2 against CBM. He needs a win at this point.
Yeah, definitely needs a win. If he wants to have his chances to be in contention still to be able to get out of the group stage. Again, the two best performing players from the entire group stage will make it out on the winner's side into our top 16, which will be happening later this weekend. Lee Mishima has the Lee character background, started in Tag 2, his most respected players, Ni, Ulsan, and GM.
Wow.
You can tell he's a Lee fan.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing we were talking about, right? Like, obviously, he placed here with the Lydia, but perhaps it could be the Lee that we see here at the final.
And that's a character that we really don't see. We really don't see that character. Anyways, we're going to go into it. He has some options. Chanel hovering against the Elisa, which is kind of what we expect here going into the set.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen...
He picked Reina? Unexpected. That's the Mishima part.
Yeah.
Of his name.
That's the Mishima part. Okay. That's not Lydia. That's not Lee. That's Reina from Lee Mishima.
He
Okay.
probably has a ton of data from previous matches that he's seen Chanel play against Reina.
I'm sure all the guys in Argentina are like, oh, they don't even know about this. Like, here we go.
Show us, baby. Let's find out. Anyways, going into the set, Chanel and Lee Mishima, Argentina and Korea battling it out.
โอ้โห
Oh,
ดัก
man. Breaks through before the armor gets it. Finds the counter hit. Unbreakable.
เลเวล
Let's get the mix-up here. Let's see who goes for the low.
Yo, perfect for Lee Mishima to
ไม่ได้
start
เล่น
off
เลยครับ
well.
This boy was ready. Reina, newcomer to Tekken 8. You guys haven't played the story mode yet. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Maybe I will later, but
โอ้
Oh, man. Are we getting more story mode expansions?
don't ask them for shit.
Oh, my bad.
And it's going to go...
I was asking you.
Oh, I don't know, man.
It was like, whatever. Let's see what's happening here.
Okay, good patience there. Did not get clipped by it. Here comes Chanel. What's the mix? Decides to go for the mid, able to get him.
Chainsaws all day. What do you think about this character, Lisa, too? I feel like she was one of these characters that people thought very highly of early, but we didn't see a lot of the tournament.
That's the thing, too. It's like, I feel like for a lot of the characters, they're slept on. Especially if people know they're good.
ไม่เสียเลย
Yoshimitsu earlier. People always have him in the top 3 discussion, but there's no Yoshimitsu players here in contention. Same thing with Elisa. She's also one of those ones talked about in the top 5. Easy, right?
Right.
But
วอล
there's
เลย
Elisa
ไม่
here.
ต้องได้
Yeah.
เอาคอมโบมา
It just comes
ตา
down to being a
หนึ่ง
specialist.
ครับ
No, I
ครับ
totally agree.
But I mean, this is one of those games,
ครับ
and I
เพราะ
think
นั่น
it's
ราว
probably
ของ
for a lot of people
Chanel
that are watching that might not be used to Tekken 8 that have been watching from previous ones. Tekken 8 is such a focus on offense,
Wait,
oppressing your opponent, not giving him a chance to be a challenger, not giving him a chance to play, forcing
ต่อ
them into
วอ
mix-ups.
ลทีนี้
And
มีดมาได้
the
วอลคอมโบ
characters, a lot of the characters in the cast can do it.
Yeah, it's
มา
a generic playstyle across the cast, right? Like something that was definitely
I need
emphasizing
that.
general gameplay of the entire system.
ทำไม่ทัน
And here we go. Both players right
ก็
now
ลองดูก็ลองดู
pushing their aggression to the max, getting to a final round. Health
เดี๋ยว
being
มา
sidestepped
ฟันนิด
by Chanel
ได้
with
ครับ
the hop kicks.
Yeah, I know early on a lot
Oh,
of
that
people
was
talking about
combo.
this game is all about offense. But I'm starting to
มา
think
ล่าง
it
กัน
is
ได้
mastery and how you
ดิด
prevent
ได้
people from playing defensively.
คอนเฟิร์ม
Being defensively sound in this game and making sure you're not in bad situations
That
is
how-
key.
คอมโบไม่
I
ได้
already forgot the term everyone
Yeah,
made
tick
up for,
wall.
like passive defense or something.
Oh yeah, they were using that
That
on
one,
It's
lah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Either way, we're in
Stop.
this final round
Yeah,
situation.
that.
This scramble right now, Chanel
Action.
with the slight light.
What, yeah, man.
Try to chase him down.
Almost had it.
Oh,
ใช้มาได้คอมโบไหมถึงตายครับ
Chanel,
Sweat.
man, bringing it back. He needed that one big time. Gets the first game in the set,
Sweat,
and now
sweat.
we switch characters to Lee Mishima. It looks like he's going to character select. I thought the Reina looked pretty decent here, but he has so many choices now, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is when you can play characters, multiple characters, at a very high level, especially in tournament play. Sometimes you get put into the vortex like, who am I getting? Bro, he picked
มาแล้ว
me.
มาลีแล้ว
This is
ลี
not
มา
what
แล้ว
I expected to see the entire weekend.
ลีมาแล้ว
Look
ครั
at
บ
the Lydia.
We do not. The
That's
character that
wild.
got him here.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him in a few chat rooms on Twitch. He
Uh-huh.
was mentioning he feels Lydia is very weak.
But that's the one that got him.
I know.
And you were the person that put the character on the
Yeah.
map.
But maybe that's why, because he's the only one people were like, okay, I need to learn this character.
Yeah? All right, let's see what happens. Lee Chaolan in the TWT Finals.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that, Chanel. Down back 3, down forward 4. That's the strat, huh?
Yo, he's taking it old school. Tekken 6 release.
Mm,
Damn,
you
that was
need
a
to
beautiful
wait.
backdash rip punch to the wall carrier. You're dead.
คอมโบ
Heat to heat. Just hit that heat button.
Good stuff there, Chanel. Taking that first round convincingly here. What's Neverwatch gonna do? Great dunk there. Gets the follow-up. He's gonna get the wall and get through a lot of damage as well.
You know it.
ลามถึงวอลคอมโบไหมได้ทอนหนึ่ง
Oh, interesting. He went for backboard instead of the hitman sense kick.
Yeah, I love that Chanel immediately challenged the low there. He's like, the back
เห็น
three
หน้าวอล
we
เปิ
can
ด
try to
นี้
score them. I don't think so. Here's a hot kick. Don't ever try that again.
เล่โอกิ
Dash cancel. Has the wall here. Let's see what he does.
และ
Oh my god.
ไม่ได้สักที
Answers back. Gets all the life back.
โอ้คอคิ
Oh, big trouble for Lee Mishma
โช
right
ว์แรน
now.
ดอม
Flies in with
Hey,
the
we don't
roll.
have-
And just like that, set point for Chanel. And he
Oh,
needs
we
a 2-0 right
find
back.
it
That's what he needs.
He definitely needs it. He does not want to go without winning a round.
Beautiful step in the last second against 4-4-3.
ไปแต่คอนดิกน้อย
Puts the brakes on.
โอ้
Oh,
เกม
now
โป๊ก
he's able to catch him
เก
here.
มโป๊กตอนนี้
This could be the start of something. Let's see if Lee Machine
Ah,
can
tick ball out.
capitalize. He has the wall positioning as well.
หนึ่งที
Oh,
ใช้อีกที
nice
โดน
concept in that time.
ถึง
Can't.
วอล
Good
ที
defensive right kick followed here. Has the
Equal
wall
on him.
positioning. Try to catch it with the
ด้วยว่ามันเป็นแบบแปดเหลี่ยมอะเนาะ
I like the slide.
Slide
Oh,
mà,
he's on
Y4
the board. It's not
tiếp
done
đó.
yet.
Y4 Y3ไปเลยY3 เนี่ย
Oh, back 3-3 pressure.
All day.
Oh,
ไหลมา
I mean, he got the
Y4
right buffer for the duck there. Did not get a launch or anything. But doesn't matter. Here, let's see. Lee Mishima has the wall positioning. He has to be careful.
He's really got to
So
be
I-
careful about swinging after the post because Chanel gets the backdash with
เล่
like
นเกต
Chanel so good at sidestepping, creating
Hot
space with
swing.
his character. He's been moving with his character for
Swing.
decades.
we called it. There it
Wow.
was. Step into the hop kick for the whip punch. He just come look at CBM.
Fight
5
on.
4 2
Fight
and
on now.
this is chance. Big chance for
Damn,
Lee
man,
Mishima
now.
right now.
Oh, he's healing his life back.
Oh, the armor though. That will do it.
2-0
Chanel
สำหรับ
gets the
Chanel นะ
2-0
ครับ
over Lee Mishima, over his Lee Chaolan and his Reina.
Yeah.
No Lydia to be seen.
We might see Lydia later, but obviously he's not done yet. He still has a chance for later on, but has to deal with that deficit now going into it. Again, you do not want to lose 2-0. You want to be able to get a win if
คุ
possible.
ณพี่
And
ไม่
the
รำคาญ
wild
จ
about
ริงๆ
that
นะครับ
too was that was Lee Mishima's first
เห็นแล้วอยาก
match
มั
of
ด
the
ผม
day. Came in maybe a little cold. Chanel had his first match of the day. Also came a little cold. That time looked a lot better. So maybe we'll see the same thing from Lee Mishima later as well.
We will find out, but of course we have more games that are going to be happening. Group A well underway right now. I believe we have CBM and Arson Ash that are going to be coming up and getting ready on the stage. Arson using that golden champion stick.
Okay,
That's tough.
fancy pants.
Yeah.
Arson Nash out here. But here are the current standings from the round robin thus far. Of course, you know, CBM and Arson are the guys with the wins that they're going to be playing right now. So one of these guys has to go with the loss here at this stage. In this stage.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, looking at the standings now, it's tough to say who might be able to come back out of the group stage in second place. It's too tough to call it out, but I mean, it's going to happen very quickly. Within the next two matches, we're really going to find out who's going to be within contention to be able to make it out. But man, it's going to be fun. Right now, this is kind of what I expected. These matches are insane.
Exactly. And Arslan and CBM, they're of course the leaders in the group. So
Yep.
They are the top two currently.
Both undefeated currently.
But once you have a loss, you start getting tired of the other people who have wins and losses. Like Chanel has a win and a loss now as
Yeah.
well, right? So we will see what happens. But this should be very fun. CBM obviously going to be rocking that Jin. Arson most likely going to be sticking with the Nina throughout the group, I believe. I mean, what do you think? Think he's going to switch to anything else in here?
I mean, Nina is going to get it done for him for almost any matchup that he goes up against, right? So I feel like he's going to stick to Nina the entire way, unless he has something that he's saving, right?
Yeah.
But with CBM, we know he's used Victor in the past as well. He uses Jin. Jin, obviously, very, very strong character. I feel like he will stick to Jin, unless there's a specific reason why, right? But I like to be surprised. We've been surprised quite a bit today, even before we got into the games.
No, without a doubt, man. But here we go. This should be a good one. I'm so curious about this. CBM traveled to Pakistan himself, you know, in the past, so has a good understanding of the region and their playstyle at this point. As I feel like a lot of the Korean players do at this point.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, everybody has been training over these past few months. I know for the Korean players, they teamed up with a lot of people from the Japanese scene to kind of have a training boot camp to get ready for the finals, which is unprecedented. They've never done that in the past, right?
No. And
So-
it's so important, right? Like, when I see them gather together like that for that boot camp playoff final, it's like, oh, that's cool. Like, they're gathering their best players, training offline together. And then I compare that to Pakistan, and I'm thinking, dude, this is their every day.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get together. You got to fly together to get together. These guys are just together already. It's so is so brutal.
Yeah, I feel like it's a world where everybody is catching up to what Pakistan has been doing over the past decade, and it's something that really hasn't come to light until towards the end of the
สุด
Tekken
นะครับ
World
ตัว
Tour,
หลัก
Tekken
ทั้ง
7,
คู่
right? Anyways, we're gonna get into this.
จินและ
It
นี
is
น่า
Jin versus
ได้
Nina. What
ดั
we
ง
expect CBM
อะไร
from
เอ่ย
Korea, Arson Ash from Pakistan.
พอเล่นเดสตินี
Fallen Destiny gonna be the stage. Game number 1 incoming.
ด่านสี่เหลี่ยมผืนผ้านะ
Who's gonna stay
Ni
as
thang
the
yao,
leader of
thang
the
san.
group so far?
Here we go. Starting things off. Try to chase him down here. Completely
เดี๋ยว
different
มา
CBM,
ก็
not
เท
able
เคน
to
7
really
เลยครับ
start his offense and really control the matchup
ด้
here.
วยเทเคน7เพล
A
เยอร์
little
ทั้ง
more
คู่
cautious of an approach here, but a great
Nah.
low
ครบชุด
punish there.
Yeah, I really like what he did. He did a back
Ma-
dash to block the down back
Rồi.
three, right? So like the back dash the commitment does because down forward one wouldn't have reached.
Arson, let's see what he
แบ
does.
บวอล
What's
คอ
the
มโบ
next?
จบ
This
สา
time
ม
goes with the side step one snake shot. Keeping him at the wall, has the heat activated. He has a chance to go for a heat dash cancel as needed. There it is.
Yeah, a lot of great, nice low parry here from CBM though. Wall, heat burst activation. Can he gather some of his gray light back?
The heat. What's he gonna do? He goes for the throw.
Gosh, all right.
แล้วกีเข้าไปจับ
That hit, that was death. So smart
Để
choice
tụi
there.
quên
Marcus
thì-
blocked. He's real passive about it.
ปัดหน้าไปอีกหนึ่ง
Time
ที
becoming a factor. 9 seconds.
ได้ตอนนี้
I
1-4
like it.
หรือ
The
เปล่า
down for one.
ทั้งโฟด
Able
1-4
to thread the needle, take that round.
12อันที่12 เฟรมนะครับ
He used to do that with knock slot too, down for 1-4. I was like, dude, you just throw it out sometimes. He's like, yeah, man, so you gotta do it.
Yeah, keep your opponent honest, man. Here comes Arson. Trying to tighten things up here, using a lot of the 1-2s.
ได้หนึ่งที
Backdash
Bọc
block
đài.
to the lows.
แต่ไม่มีพันดิตนะครับ
Yeah, both of these players.
จับแกได้
Great
โดน
up close move in here.
Counter hit.
Counter hit from
ลัน
Arson.
เชอร์ไป
He's gonna push towards the other side of the stage.
ตอนนี้เปิดฮีทเรียบร้อย
Will he reach the
สอง
wall
ล้อ
though?
With the guns,
โคตร
yeah.
ไก่
No
ดาวสอง
counter
ไป
that down too.
เปิดฮีทมา จั
Counter
บ
throw
แก
pro.
ได้เช็คมิดเกีย
Did
ร์
he
ล่า
get him? No, I thought he hit a button.
Good patience there. That's
Leap
the second time we've
by
seen
leap
CBM
bro.
try to scout out a rage art. Not able to get it successfully there.
เขาซ้ายด้วยแหละซ้ายแล้วมันกันหลังเอเบิลการ์ดเอเบิลไงสามารถการ์ดได้
CBM with the
Song.
light lead here. Pushing towards the back of the wall too. Gets the heat engager.
อะไรนี่มาซ้าย
Both parries good.
โอ้ย
He's dead. He gets the follow up here. 2 rounds
เมื่
to
อกี้โร
one.
แพรรี่มาแล้วก็ติดโบว์
CBM looking to take game number 1 here.
ที่แดด
He's
เข้าไป
been
ได้
brawling pretty good against the onslaught of the down forward ones and the 1-2s here from Arson Ash.
Uh-oh. Engager from
มา
Arslan.
Oh, the last hit. Luckily, it wasn't counter hit for him.
He's so willing to throw it out.
Oh.
Oh, this electric though.
อีกมา2 ที
Yeah, the electric with hook fist has the wall positioning here. Standing
Bah,
2, savage
bah.
sword.
Pressure at the wall. Spends the heat smash. Arson tons of gray. Can he find a heat smash of his own? I don't think so. Beat this wall.
ไม่หยุดกด
Game one
ไม่หยุดกด
CBM.
คอนติเนีย
That was
เพชร
pretty dominant that last round.
คอนติ
I
เนีย
think
เพ
very
ชรนะครับ
throughout the entire game too, right? He wasn't really phased by Arslan, not intimidated by him whatsoever.
อัลสลามไม่ได้กดเลยครั
And
บ
it looks like he has a solid game plan against Nina too. Just from the range he's
มัน
playing
ได้
at,
เป็นของ
it looks like he's very
CBM
aware of where he's
ที
getting
ที่สอง
by the down
มา
forward
กับ
ones and where it's safe
นะ
to duck at. And that's something that
สุ่มแล้วก็ได้ด่านเดิม
Arslan
นะครับ
hasn't done to yet.
Yeah, I think his use of the sidestep and just being outside of the range of down forward 1 and the 1-2s.
สุ่มแบบใดให้ได้ด่านเดิมนะครับ
Let's see what he does here.
เกมช่วย
And
แก้
getting
ด้วย
back to that electric hit as well, right? Like you have to be willing to throw out those electrics as a mission player. He still got those.
He made it count.
Yeah, definitely.
Poke there. He has to be careful. I mean, his back two is sometimes the first hit is whipping, and Arson obviously ready to try to punish it.
ได้คิก
The low blocks right
ขออนุญาตเรียกได้คิกนะ
have been adding up.
Yeah, he is out poking him right now.
I like that ivory cutter from Arslan. That's the check.
Good follow up, gets the pick up here. He's gonna have the wall.
คอมโบโอกิไม่ไม่ได้
Down right there. Just find the heat smash
Heat.
immediately after
Heat
Arslan.
จะแมะเลยจบ
Getting hit by the heat burst that time.
Arguably one of the best heat smashes in the game.
Yo,
I
without
think,
doubt.
I think much better now that some of the other characters had theirs adjusted.
ได้
Yeah, you saw right there. CBM opened up a little bit. He started playing a little bit more loose, thinking he had an advantage, and Arslan immediately answers back.
สามหักล็อกไปยังติดบล็อกอยู่
Slapping him up. tracking him. Engage.
Yeah, goes for the shut up slap, the follow up there. Good punish follow up. Let's see what he does.
No Gray on the side of CBM to recover right now.
Interesting.
Oh!
Magic 4
Didn't he dash?
confirm
Oh, but he's keeping the pressure. He wants the chip.
But he's got rage. Doesn't matter. He gets the mid mix anyway. Set point CBM to 2-0 Arslan Ash.
This could be huge.
2-1 หน้า4หรือเปล่า
Gotta
เมื่อกี้
remember, the two players that make it out on the winner's side.
ด้านซ้าย
And the three that don't go to LTQ.
See what's gonna happen here. Okay, here's the follow up.
First.
Again, just not getting one streak.
Oh, out of the air though.
And he gets the flow, the follow up. He's gonna get the wall positioning here. This is important.
A lot of great inside of CBM here. Supposed to be able to wake up, but he's back to heat dash. Heat smash on wake up.
โอ้
Still has rage available too. The pressure.
Right.
Arslan has
Down.
rage art. Throw
ไม่
break's
ได้
good.
How's he gonna? Oh, what a he
He
did for launcher anything.
Two so broken.
Nice.
Down four doesn't kill. 17 seconds.
คลิกมาได้คลิกอีกที
Oh my
Pressure
god.
from CBM. CBM is looking to win.
เอ
He
อ
got him 3 rounds straight. Game 2.
3-0 เลย
CBM.
แต้มที่ 2 ของ CPM กับ
This
Arslan
just got
Ash
crazy.
นะครับ สวยมาก
Jin Kazama. All you Jin down players.
I've
Ow,
been saying
you.
that all year long, bro.
He's a
เนิร์ฟจินครับ เนิร์ฟจินสักที
hands down.
He didn't even land a counter down two.
He didn't need to.
Of course
He
not.
didn't need
He
to.
doesn't
จีน
even
มัน
need
มี
it.
ทุกอย่างเกินไป
Yeah, his use of down four was just brilliant. Using the wall to anyone, using the hook fist.
And honestly,
It was
his
good.
defensive spacing in that set, it stood out to me right from the first game, right? Multiple low blocks, you look back at it, and perfect punishment, right? He was playing on point. Very well played there by CBM.
Yeah, great stuff, great stuff. Now that puts Arslan into a different situation. So currently CBM obviously first place in the group so far, has a very good chance of making it out. Probably needs to solidify, just get that one more win, right? But Arslan now, he's in a situation where he could get tied up with the other guys. He just
Arslan
has
and
to
Chanel
perform
is
his-
basically tied at this point.
I know.
Which is crazy to think about. Because
Yeah.
it didn't seem that way the day started.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. So
That means the Arslan Chanel match can be crazy. Remember the...
there's a lot on the line there.
Oh my gosh. Because I'm thinking about there was an event where in
Yeah.
Japan...
And Chanel ended up beating him.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys can see where we're at and how we got here so far in our round robin format regional group A. Right now, in the lead is CBM. He is undefeated so far.
Looking great today with that Jin.
Yeah. And it's Chanel Arslan.
CBM ยังไม่แพ้เลยนะ
You could break down things a little bit further when it comes to
Arslan
rounds in
Ash
games
นะครับ
one. But that won't
The
happen
thing,
until
the
later.
thing.
We got to be able to see who's going to come out on top on games or on matches first.
Oh yeah, and you can see, John, he's only played the one set so far, right? So give him a second, let him get some games in. We'll see where things play out, essentially, because it's still anyone's game. It's up for grabs right now. And the only person who's
Good thing
seeming a little bit
group
comfortable
นี้
is CBM, but it's not even safe at that point yet. Because if he loses the next two, 0-2, then he's in trouble too.
He is definitely going to be in trouble. But man, this is how it happens, man. TWT, you got to bring it your all. The group stage is usually the scariest part. It is usually the scariest part because your entire tournament year is running on this portion. However, because we were talking about earlier, and you mentioned it, the people that don't make it out on the winner's side, they still have another chance later on. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that's the last chance qualifier. So it's different to previous years now. If you lose in the group stages, whether it's in the global leaderboard or regional leaderboard, right? If you lose in those round robins, you actually will be sent down to the last chance qualifier, where you still have a chance to make it to the loser bracket.
Yeah, of course, if you guys want more information on how we got here and all the cool stuff, make sure you guys check out TekkenWorldTour.com. Follow our social media pages to make sure that you are caught up with all of the latest Tekken content and to see more exciting TWT news and updates at Tekken on Twitter, at BNE Esports on Twitter, X, and then on YouTube, of course, where you can watch things live and you can watch an entire archive of our history of Tekken World Tour, BNE Esports.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's wild out here. Of course, you guys have been following all these things all year long anyway. But so far in Group A, right, it's CBM in the lead. Arslan, it seemed like he was a solid second, but now tied with Chanel. And then John and Lee Mishima still trying to find their footing in this group.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I mean, these matchups, these players, and just kind of looking at the players on the side and seeing what they're thinking about, how they're feeling. Some of them are a lot less happy than the other ones, but I mean, there is definitely stress, and there's a lot on the line here. There is definitely a lot on the line. You've been playing in your entire year of planning goes into this day.
Exactly. But I do believe we are going to take a short break, guys. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Group A will continue after this.
Look at this pressure here from CBM.
Not
Oh,
even the
where's
ball.
he going? rocket punch to the back of the skull.
Not a good position for Chanel. Rage mode activated. Jab effort. There you go. CBM closing it out. 2-0. Some gun. Are we getting heat damage?
Oh no! That is super important. Doesn't get the wall splash.
Danger. Defense shot has rage. Last chance, and Arslan Ash brings it back and gets it done. Step into the hop kick for the whip punch. He didn't come look at CBM. Finds the 1-2, and Victor's chance. Big chance for Lee Mishma right now.
Oh, he's healing his life back.
Oh, the armor though.
Oh, what a, he didn't get a launcher or anything.
Two-sword broken. Down for it, doesn't kill. 17 seconds. Oh my
Pressure
gosh.
from CBM. CBM is looking to win.
He got him 3 rounds straight. Game 2, 2-0. CBM.
Everyone wants the block. How can you say no to this?
You make it fresh every day.
Absolutely. We keep
TT.
it fresh. You can't have Chipotle without guac.
ไม่ต้องตกใจนะครับทุกคน
체계적이고 고즈넉하다라고 생각합니다. 저는 아무래도 이런 종교적인 걸 관심이 많기 때문에 일본에 오면 꼭 향을 산다든지 그리고 사원을 갑니다. 아마 로아이 선수라고 생각합니다. 왜냐면은 제가 마스터 대회는 처음 우승했는데 그때 가장 이렇게 극전의 차이로 이겨서
ไฟนี่มันร้อนมากแป๊บนึงนะครับ
대마법 보게 좋아합니다. 네, 전 킹 오브 파이터즈 좋아합니다. 이제 부인입니다. 어려울 때는 이게 뭉쳐서 일을 해결하고자 하는 그런 의지가 있는 거라고 생각합니다. 철권 이제 9을 하고 있는 저를 보고 있을 것 같습니다. 일라이즈 컴백. 했나요?
음식으로 하겠습니다. 역시나 맛있는 음식을 먹고 싶습니다. 같은 팀 동료인 울산 선수입니다. 그 이유는 같이 훈련을 많이 해서 서로 잘 알기 때문입니다. 신게키 노 교우지. 알겠습니다. 에든링 주로 즐겨하고 있습니다. 같은 팀 동료들과 기쁨을 나누고 싶습니다. 최근에 문화적으로 좀 많은 영향들을 끼치고 있다고 생각해서 그 점을 높게 사고 싶습니다. 여전히 대회장에서 활약하고 있는 모습을 상상하고 싶습니다. 그 버크스르가이.
Amazing. Nothing. I just wanna focus on Tekken World Tour Finals. The most challenging players I faced was Ulsan and Atif. I think they both are super talented. Manga, One Piece, of course. It's King of Fighters, and Hearthstone and Clash Royale. My wife. It's the best in Tekken, I think. I don't know. I just wanna win as many tournaments as I can, and just keep playing Tekken, I think. If you are playing Tekken, you should know that if you wanna become the best, you have to beat me in all the biggest tournaments.
Advanced. I would like to learn about the culture and try food, mostly. I would have to say CBM. Hajime no Ippo. Overall, I would say StarCraft, probably. I want to take a moment for myself and enjoy it, and then share it with my loved ones. The bakeries, they're amazing. I didn't think I would be here today, so hopefully doing even better than now.
Excited. Only play Tekken. Sapito from Peru on the High Knife 2. I was Loki versus Sapito. Naruto. Resident Evil. My mother. The food. Playing Tekken. I want to play, play, and play.
Ladies and lads, welcome back to the Tekken World Tour Finals 2024. We are in Group A right now, and to take you for the rest of the group, my name is Spag, joined by the legend, Margin Obama. How you doing, my friend?
Legend in the streets, nowhere else, unfortunately. Spag. I mean, I missed the group selection, and I can't wait to be surprised. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to see it on the way over here, but before we get into that, we got to give a special thanks, right, to somebody who helps make all of this possible.
Absolutely. A big shout out to Chipotle for making it all possible here, man. You know, they've been supporting a lot this year, so much love to them. But I want to talk to you, Margin Obama, about this group, because you weren't here right now. We just saw Arslan Ash drop 2-0 to CBM. CBM has now won 2-0 against Chanel and 2-0 against Arslan, who you could say arguably are the two toughest opponents in this group, and he's in a very good position right now to potentially make it out in the #1 spot. Arslan now tied with Chanel, so we have a very interesting group right now. Lee Mishima was looking pretty good as well with the Reina. Never saw that character picked by him before, and we also have Jod, who took Arslan to a final game too, man. So I mean, it really is anyone's game at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, some of this is, it's not a surprise when you consider how this game is. It's one of those games where on a given day, right, so the level of play that some of these players have approached, especially when you talk about the top dogs from Korea, the top dogs from Pakistan, we've seen them go at it all year long, not just years long at this point, not just in this game, but they've kind of reached this point where whoever's playing better on that day can make something happen, and especially with some of the people in this group, they've been known to be X factors in some of these brackets. We've seen it time and time again.
Can we talk about the training arc, by the way, for the Japan and Korea? Like, the fact that these guys met up and had a like 2-week, 3-week training camp. I mean, looking at how CBM is playing now, I mean, this is a scary, scary player, and I can't wait to see how the other players are going to play. But before we get to that, Lee Mishima versus Jod is going to be our next matchup. It's going to be EU versus Argentina.
Let's go.
Jod is looking good with the Nina, man, but interestingly, you know, the Reina was looking good from Lee Mishima as well. Never seen that character played by him. Normally we see the Lydia and the Lee Chaolan, but interesting to see who he's going to go for here versus Jod's Nina.
I love the element that Lee Mishima brings to this global leaderboard face-off too, right? This is a player from a region that we know has strong competition, but for obvious economic reasons, we don't always get to see them on the biggest stages.
Yeah.
And he's been showing up, and at the events he shows up at, it's usually been making fireworks or doing just what he has to do to be able to punch it to the next level, right? We saw in Thailand, of course, got his points to be able to even make it here like this. But huge performance, of course, at Punishment, right?
Yeah.
And now here, already kind of making a statement with unconventional character choices that maybe we weren't expecting from him as well.
That's the thing, man. And this is why we love the Tekken World Tour Finals, because it truly is a global finals, man. We have Argentina versus France at the moment, and I'm sure these two haven't played before, so it can be a bit of a clash of styles as well. Let's see if Lee Mishima will be able to deal with the more experienced John.
Oh, baby.
No
Yo,
way.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hey, Hachi, bro. So we've seen already Lee, Reina, and Hayachi played by Lee Mishima, going through all the characters.
Also of note too, right, when we look at the top 20 global leaderboard, obviously Pakistan, Japan, Korea representations that stick out to you. These are the other guys, right? We have a bunch of countries that only have one representative present. Two of them facing off here in this group like this.
This is very
important.
important.
Gonna go up. This is a big one, especially if he puts it on Heihachi early on here. I'm trying to see some instinct.
Yeah, Heihachi, a very strong character in the sense that when you get that one launch, that one opportunity, he does crazy, crazy damage. Let's see if Jod can deal with it, but right now, it's not blocking that health, and that should go to the wall.
Yeah, you're at the wall, baby. Activate. And this is, again, playing for that long game pin con, right? Got to make sure you get your heat activations off on a win, on a loss, just so you have that instinct to be able to go activate and be able to hopefully turn around.
Still has heat available. Here we go.
Jod gets to get a little bit of health back as well, but this is the Heihachi struggle right here. You got your one touch, you get big damage, you got to get another.
It goes to the back two string. Nice down jab there from Lee Mishima. Sidestep low in the back. Another down jab, plus frames. And a low to finish it off. Lee Mishima looking very good in those scrambling situations with the pokes.
Heavy emphasis on the forward four into Fujin, right? And you saw that one time Jod got a deep step right, but it's the low hand from flipping him anyway.
Yeah, usually what you want to do is sidestep right against the stance, especially after forward four. You can get away from a lot of moves, but this time Lee Mishima getting a big couple. Look at the damage.
Another win-con situation here too. This character at the wall.
Oh, the mix-up! Damn, 7 golden letters. Lee Mishima looking good.
Already a healthy mix too of
เฮ้ยฉันก็ลืมเปิดไมค์ไง
Back war.
Right into the death ring, yeah.
That's guaranteed after forward hit. Slash kick, plus frames.
รอบเดียวแล้ววาย4ไปเลยมีทีมาก้มหลบได้เอาอีกแล้วจับอีกแล้วโอ้โหถึงโบ
I love the interviews they were given to. What do you like to do with your spare time? I play, right? What do you say? This dude's a monster. Already going in this deep on the most.
โคตรมามืดลีนี่มามืดมากครับช่วยด้วย
We know obviously the merits that this character has, the damage dump, but it's also given the gap in the schedule that we had kind of with events. It would make sense for him to pull it out, especially if you've been training him up and you've been playing him like that. To pull him out here, especially in group stage.
Bro, Leemish been looking confident right now. You see him on the camera mewing. Bro, this guy's crazy, man.
You say that's bad, but I feel like every time he sits down to play, I've never seen him like look out of his element, even if he's been on a plane for 36 hours to get to the other side of the world.
That's what you have to do, man. But here we go. 1-0 right now for Leemish, but John yet to get around. Oh my God, crispy electric.
I like how every time he gets started, it's from a different option. That time gave him just simple delay speed, back up, electric in the face. And he hasn't shown that in the first game either.
Bro, it's gonna be another perfect. 3 perfects in a row.
This character can do that, dog. This character can do that.
John not looking comfortable at all here versus Leemish, but finally gets a hit in after 3 rounds. No launch on the 1-1-2.
He's here. He's trying to build up some clustering, build up some momentum, get some pressure going. But Leemish, here we go with the 4-4. That unbeats the power.
Yeah, Leemish was so good at knowing when to not press buttons, blocking that power crush. But John may be able to get around here. Keeping it simple with the down forward 1 pressure. John finally
โฟกจนตาย
back 2-2.
Putting up with the back 2 series now, running that side.
ไหลมา
Gets the counter,
ได้คอม
gets
โบ
speed here, push towards the wall.
Yeah.
มาเปิดฮีทนะครับตอนนี้เขี่ยล่างมาทางซ้าย
Down 2. And there we go, John. Waking up now.
2ถูกปะล่ะใช่ไหม
This is what Nina can really do to you, man. In that close range, the poke pressure, the damage as well.
It's the way that the systems of the game naturally complement that pressure. But here we go. Leemish, unfortunately. Down back 3 series. Dropped off the wall like that.
พลาดแล้ว
Gotta make something happen here. Spike activation, gets the wall.
Unfortunately, doesn't get a wall combo, but still has some pressure.
ฮีทสแมน
Smash. Parallel to the wall. There goes with the double.
That was the right punish there. Down jab. Range available. Got the wall positioning as well. The down forward 1-2 comes in. And here we go. Mishima now.
Big
set point. Could go into Warrior's Instinct as well, Margin.
After an activation, and you know he's looking for it. There it is. Break the glass, though.
Are we going to see it? The Warrior's Instinct.
You see John. Wow.
สวย การฮิตแรกเสียรอยนะครับปาบ
Launch in the wall. This time going to take the wall pressure here.
สวยสวยโดนผลิต
Good punish. Mishima going to activate Warrior's Instinct. Here we go. That was
สวยโอ้โห
even up the set.
1 เท่าครับ1 เท่า
Very calm there as well. You know, he's experienced. He won one of the first master events of the year. John had a very great start, and he's always been one of those really consistent players in Europe. No matter what event he goes to, even for the European Tekken Cup right now, he has so many points. So he's been playing consistently well throughout the year.
I felt like it really developed too towards the latter half of Tekken 7. You saw that consistency build more and more from him. And like you said, got out the gate. There's a few players in this top 20 that you can see in groups today. Early on, Tekken 8 drops. As soon as the tour calendar comes out, they were out the gates going balls to the wall, basically, is trying to get an early win and be able to capitalize and secure their spot. Job was one of those players.
He definitely was. There's that back four counter here.
Goes to the back 2 afterwards. Spin a room.
โคตรไก่
Back 2 with the activation.
จะถึงวอลแล้วครับพี่
And now look at how
1-2 1 วอลแล้ว
Mix up time, and he gets it
ล่าง
correctly. Another perfect.
the option wheel rotation from Lee Mishima in a lot of these Fujin and Raijin mix-up situations has been really, I feel like he's hitting, he's definitely hit a very high hit rate.
Yeah, and his side step is good as well. But assist really, you want to side step left,
Firm.
go around that down forward 1. It's
Yep,
very,
Dean.
very important.
Yeah, especially the further out you are too, right? Where you have to, where like certain options you're looking for, especially slide. A lot of players like to use that as a
Sorry.
way to open you up.
Yeah, John looking quite comfortable as well with the punishment, but it's okay. He engaged. Some pressure now.
สวย
Slide, there it is. Gonna get the wall as his reward as well.
And if I get
ใจ
a
เย็
ball
น
back,
ใจเย็น
And the crumble
ได้ละ
should be enough.
สวยครับ
good comeback there from John as well. Both these guys just one opportunity needed in order to really milk a lot of damage and pressure. It's so scary.
หลัง2-2 หลัง2-2
Okay, Jod going with that back
ล่าง
that homing
และ
catching the side step. Here we go.
เชียน
Snap.
แกลบหรือเปล่า
Yeah, X-ray damage, able to erase all that fray leg.
3
Another perfect. Damn, we've got a lot of perfects in this game.
Yeah.
Jod is on set point now. Lee Mishima starting off so strong.
สวย โอ้โห สวยมาก
That's a risky run. Do that down forward one if you just let the follow up like
อี
that.
ที
Yeah, he went for
สอง
the
วอ
try. Down back 3, here we go. Jod, can he finish it here?
Little heals. Going with the heat dash here. John gives him nothing. Wants to see what he wants to go for. Back 2 series, cancels.
It's the last opportunity here potentially from Lee Mishima. Back to 2. And
สวยมาก
going to take it 2-1.
2-1 สำหรับ
He was looking like he was down and
จอร์จ
but able
เรียบ
to
รี
be
นะครับ
patient and take it.
สวยงาม
Definitely slowed the match down a little bit and able to get a lot more. It seemed like he was able to get Lee Mishima's timing a little bit more, and from those situations, able to find a lot more Nina pressure. Kind of made it build up, just able to just passively get a lot of damage that way. It's one way that the system makes that character so strong. I mean, man, she can really just stick to you.
Yeah, she can. The side step 1.
ดีนะครับทุกคน
The downfall 1-2 as well into the sway.
ยังอยู่กับกรุ๊ป A นะตอนนี้
With Arslan in his matchup versus Jod, the downfall 1-2 also has like multiple follow-ups, counter hit, launch you, and knock you down. So you got to be very careful on defense versus Nina. But we also saw so much usage of the back 2, 12-frame homing move, counter hit confirmable as well. We saw a lot of side stepping from Lee Mishima, so Jod made a very good adaptation.
จดได้แต้มเพิ่มไป
Standings right now for Group A. You see, CBM is sitting at the top, but we have CBM coming onto the stage right now here to go up.
โอ้โหคู่นี้ตึงแน่
With the rock paper
Don't you like this, man? There's a lot of character diversity in this group and everything. You know,
it's good, man. I like it. I like it. There's going to be some groups later that don't have as much character diversity.
I heard something. I heard. So I don't want to talk about it just yet.
I won't spoil it for you. I won't spoil it, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting one as well. Right now, CBM, he hasn't dropped off the same game.
I feel like CBM low-key was one of the most consistent players this year too.
Yes.
And it's not really a surprise, I guess, to see him kind of again when it comes down to it, who's gonna have a good day? I mean, that's really all it comes down to. So for him to kind of be in the driver's seat of this group, right?
Yeah.
It's not really a surprise. It shouldn't be. He's just kind of like quietly has some results, and I think people kind of like, they're not going to jump to his name immediately for that reason.
So, yeah, CBM this year, like, it was looking dangerous for him to qualify because he was getting a lot of top 8s, but it was a lot of 7th places, right? So he was consistent, but not getting the high placements that would give him a big chunk of points. So he was talking to me like, Spag, I don't know if I'm going to qualify, and then he won that tournament in Africa, I believe, and that really, propelled him up. But, CBM, I mean, following his journey, obviously we all know he got into the grand finals of the final Tekken 7, Tekken World Tour Finals versus Arslan. So even then he was playing really good. And now, after the training arc he's had with the Japanese players and just with the Korean guys, man, they've all come together to train. He's been playing so good, Martin.
Yeah, you talked a lot about the training arc. It's fun, kind of funny the way it works out. Yeah, the JP and Korean communities get together and they have like their weekend, like a couple weeks back. But then each community too has been having their own little mini training camps too. CBM, Breadman, and also Jonding were really impressive looking at the big camp that they had.
That's it. Well, CBM already was able to take out Arslan's Nina 2-0. And can he do it to Jod as well as he starts off with a throw? Jod, obviously a different type of Nina player. Gets a block
Oh.
Punish there, just be able to try to put CBM back to the wall here, see how he fights out of this position defensively. A lot of micro-step right, trying to get off the wall.
And in Jod's interview, he did say
รีแอคล่าง4แล้วว่าดิดอะงงมากครับเพอร์เฟกเลยอะ
And you see how quick Jod does the high shooter step. It's so important for Nina
จับ
to
แก้
also
ได้
fucking
เตะมาวิพันนิดโอ้โหสองวอ
Big geyser, and look at the reward here. Still able to get the wall from the other side of the stage. Side step 1 pressure.
Legs.
โอ้โหเล่นไม่ออกอ่ะ CBM เล่นไม่ออกอ่ะ
What a knock. No punish though. Oh.
โอ้ดีแดด
Oh, the execution. Look at that.
Oh.
That's so pretty.
For the shot to finish it off. 2 rounds up, Jod. Jod is feeling warm when he's doing those quick high shooter steps.
จอดน่ากลัวมาก
Jod too, especially after that last set too. Sitting in a hot seat, right?
Yeah.
Got 2 games straight. Kind of just on autopilot right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Huge control.
โอ้สวย
Side step gets the launch.
And Nina has crazy wall carry. She always has.
อ้คอมโบด้วยโอ้โหครึ่งหลอดอ่ะ
Nice. Hang on. It's gonna hit. Both sides activating. Now goes for the heat smash. What's the pressure? Electric. Plus trains against the dive kick.
A little bit of chip damage adding up there.
Okay.
อู้โหลแพรี่
Is he gonna be able to get clean walls back? No, it's gonna be a side wall. Another.
โอ้โหโหลแพรี่อีกที
Okay. Shot.
What?
Taking him around the stage.
อู้ฟานิช
Great available.
ได้คลิกมาจับไหมล่างอุ้ยไซส์สวยทีเดียวโอ้2-0 สำหรับจอร์จ CBM นะครับโอ้โห ขนลุกเลย
Against Arslan and Arslan made a 2-game comeback, so you've got to stay locked in. But we were talking about it, you know, you mentioned it as well. You know, there can be those players that can just put a little bit of a dent in the plans of some of these top guys. CBM, you know, 2-0 up. But is this going to be a 2-0 down now for him from John?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously
First two อะไร First two
finals. It's a long story.
ฮะ
Match differentials make a difference, right?
อ๋อเกมแรก โทษครับ
It's been all momentum on his side from these round starts.
Absolutely.
คือแมตช์พอยต์เกมแรกโทษที
Drop stab here. Offset. Little micro step right. Trying to rotate around.
Yeah, giving a lot of space to
That's
John.
all, man.
This is the opposite of what we saw versus with Arslan.
Easy.
Really just pressured John a lot in that close range.
Range 2, range 3. Barely seen any demons fall as well.
John looking very comfortable at the moment, but there's that heat engager down for more.
Ooh.
Electric. What's the combo?
Finally, passes to get the wall.
Wait, hang on. Trying to get the counter hit. Nice. I respect it.
Funny
Delayed
story.
straight, but CBM was ready. Stonewall defense. Down for one pressure. Down for one confirmed. Okay, I think a little bit of a misinput there from CBM. Getting it loaded.
Back to low touch. Good mix of mids and lows here.
We're just poking right now. Nice reaction there. Back one, two.
Activate.
สวยเฉยงง
Corner situation here. Yep.
Misses up.
จับแก้ได้ตาม2-2
That's gonna be it. Two
ดักรอบสุดท้ายได้ทีได้แมตช์มาครับ2 แต้มแมตช์พอยต์ของ CBM ขอแต้มคืนได้ไหม
Representing that
เอทิกมากันได้ครับ
That shit is so good.
เตะอะเตะคืน
lows here. Back to one. See CBM representing a little bit more than moves right now.
Yeah, yeah.
อู้
John
ได้
trying, you
คอ
know,
นเฟิร์ม
that forward pressure. CBM quite happy to
จับแก้ได้
hang back a little bit.
Putting some chip damage on him. Testing with the throw here. John now backing it up. It's a back.
สวยโอ้โห
QCF1 counter hit launcher. Here we go. John, gonna be a big combo.
เปิดฮีทส่งวอล
To the wall. Yes, sir.
ป่า
Look at the
ที
damage.
เดียว
Oh my god. Trying to step
โอ้โห
into the blonde bomb. John stays alive in the second game.
เข้มมากครับน่ากลัว
Representing the back two.
อู้
Another low parry.
Close range.
Gonna be a mini combo, but he has the wall positioning. Dive kicks, so much range. Oh, nice.
งูดัก
Poke into duck.
ดักเรางัด
Gets a full launch.
Flip. I'm gonna activate here.
ส่งวอล
Okay, spike.
ไม่ได้ส่งวอลไม่ถึงเขารู้
Can't take wall either. Picks up time, gets the game.
อือ
Down. Oh, I'm trying to go for a parry.
แมตช์พอยต์ของทั้งคู่ครับ CBM จะได้คืนมาไหมแต้มอีกแต้มหนึ่ง
In this group,
That's crazy.
back it up. Find support.
ได้ฮิกมาดาว
Down to
2
everyone.
Y4
CBM playing a little bit more aggressive now. Has the life lead, chilling a little bit. Hang on.
2-1-4 ตามสูตรเออ
That is
Oh.
so hard to do, but John doesn't consistently but drops the combo though.
ไม่ได้ดรอกนะเขาแค่รู้ว่ามันเล่นต่อไม่ได้เดี๋ยวมันจะไม่เซฟ
Gets it confirmed. Is this gonna be it though? It's gonna be a long combo.
คือจอร์จเล่นเซฟมาก
Get the wall.
Oh no! Down forward or to finish it off.
แบบ
Really, really solid mid.
ถ้าไม่ได้วอลคอมโบก็จะไม่เอาก็จะรอโอกิตอนเวกอัพ
Takes to a final game. John not happy about that one. It could have been over. And like you said, every game
อัน
counts.
ดีนะครับทุกคน
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the set too, it felt like CBM was a little bit too passive. Saw him opening up the move list more and more as the set played on, willing to swing a little bit more from range 1, range 2, not letting Jod get deter him too much from swinging. And that's really, I think, where he got some opportunities there. John has done a great job after
นี่คือสุ่มด่านแล้วใช่ปะ
especially after wall combo.
สุ่มด่านแล้วเนาะ
Knows that CBM trying to get off. He's been really, really harassing with a lot of homing attacks and also lows. You know, a lot of passive damage.
หลัง 1-2
Trying to get back into the fight.
Absolutely. I feel like CBM is very happy to
อู้
sit back
5-3
and defensive
ได้คอมโบ
and
เขาจะฮิต
trust him.
ปาบ
He gets the counter here. He's got big
เปิด
range
ฮีท
now.
วอลคอมโบ
Get the combo. Spike into guaranteed down 4.
ฮีทแอดเข้ามา 3-4
John was trying to find that counter here once again. CBM now takes the lead in this final game.
Momentum shift in that second game here.
โอ้
2-4. Seeing like a forward 4 now down 2.
จากเฟรมฮอปคิกปาบ
Goes for the hop kick. You know, CBM's got a little bit of freak in him as well.
Medium line, okay. Semi going red.
ดันเข้าวอมา
Overhead kick and then John now fighting back with the counter activation zone. Back. No duck.
4
Goes for the heat smash, gonna recover a little bit of health. But the down forward 4 is enough to kill on CBM now.
นะครับแบนพอยต์ของ CBM ครับ
Trying to run it back.
จะต้องทำอะไรหน่อยแล้ว
And CBM with the early life feed again.
Okay. Yeah, back forward and then just backs off too.
จะเกมโฟกับจิน
Down 2.
ก็
Times.
Nice slow.
ต้องเล่นเสียงกันหน่อยแหละ
Armor.
Yep. Got a lot of pressure now. Here we go. CBM in the heat. Look at all of this pressure.
โอ้โห ไม่ได้กด โอ้โหท่าบวกหมดเลย
I don't think he did. And CBM
อ่า
take it 2 games to 1.
ท่าเมื่อกี้คือบวกหมดเลยอะ
In this group.
What a momentum swing that second game turned out to be. Wow.
Really well played, man.
ไม่ได้เลยครับ ไม่ได้เล่นเลยครับ
All that hard work. John though, he's not playing bad, man. He's not playing bad.
The John looking down face.
That's what he does. He's thinking hard, you know. But bro, that was good, man. CBM again. It looked like it was all John from the very beginning. But CBM kind of trusted in his defense. You see that a lot of people like to play aggressive in this game, of course. But CBM was quite happy to just get the early life a little bit and hang back and trust his defense to do well.
I mean, that skill was still there even the first game, right? It's just, like I said, you just didn't really see him trying to swing too much into John's game. John took some bets. They happen to be correct. You know, that creates the snowball effect, especially with this character.
ตึงเหมือนเล่นเอง
Move us a little bit more, gain a little bit more confidence in range 2, range 3. Use a little bit more of that, that jackknife toolkit that Jin has. As soon as he started opening up a little bit more, started to go his way, and he still had again that defensive presence of mind. We saw it play out in the third game, but this set,
Oh boy.
Chanel versus Arsenal, baby.
This is going to be crazy because I think right now these guys are tied. So, I mean, this determines a lot. We know at this point now CBM is probably going to make it out of this pool. I mean, look, he's won 3 sets in a row now, right? So he's looking pretty to make it out. But the question is, who's going to be in that second phase? John is playing really good at the moment. But one of these guys as well, they're tied. This means a lot.
Yeah, especially with the group dynamic here, man. You know, like I feel like we're on autopilot sometimes. We look at a group and like, oh yeah, Arslan, yeah, he's coasting out of here. But the way these finals worked out, especially with the one for this game, with this game's dynamic and how just momentum plays such a huge factor in all this.
Yeah.
It would be very easy for somebody to just be a gatekeeper and just be a bracket buster here. And you know, Chanel is no
อัสลาดแบบกินน้ำเยอะมาก
I wonder what we're going to see from Chanel. I think it's just
แมตช์ก่อนก็
we haven't seen him really play anyone else. And Chanel was one of those players that started off.
ไม่ได้กินเยอะแต่กินนานแกกินนาน
He started off super strong, you know, a very high placement at EVO Japan, you know, winning the Battle Arena Melbourne tournament there as well. Chanel's usually one of those guys that in the past, not really seen win majors, right? He would be kind of in that second place.
ไม่ใช่มั้ง ใช่เหรอ
But he started this game
เข้าพลังเหรอ
super strong with that Elisa.
ใจไม่ดีเหมือนกันนะ
He's going to play Safina. Lock in.
ฟีน่าว่ะ
Please, Chanel, play Safina. That'd be so sick. That's not a character that people really. Oh my
เอา
god.
ว่ะฟีน่าว่ะ
Versus Nina here. And this was Arslan's old main in Tekken 7. Not really been given her flowers by the Pakistani community in this game. They don't think that she's that strong. And I don't really feel that she's like a top tier character, but she has sauce. She has some sauce, man.
She has sauce, but most importantly too, she has chip damage. She has stance pressure. Yes. She has also other players, in spite of what people are saying about her. We see players like Shadow make a huge impact with this character, especially later in the year. Chanel, of course, no stranger to it here.
And her movement is still really good. You know, her backdash and side steps really good.
Even the TD especially.
Okay, let's see what Chanel can do with the Zafina. Right now, Ursula with an early life lead. Whilst I do one, but doesn't confirm it.
Goes for Sakura Smash. Stiff break there. Scarecrow stance interrupted.
Punish that.
Nice.
สวยครับ
And finishes it with the mid. Ursula Ash. Really, really solid first round.
มิกอัพสุดท้ายดาวเนาะ
See how it opens up here. How Chanel is going to be able to try to open him up with any blows, be able to try to get these conversions from the tarantula stance, build up some chip damage.
จะฮีสแมทเอ้ยฮีเอ็นเกียร์แต่ว่าติดบล็อก
She is a chip monster.
And look at that though.
ทาง2-2
Two massive hits, and that's going to be it for the round. And Arslan was even saying before that if you know one thing with Zafina, her lows are not the best. If you can actually react down 3 as Arslan did there, can be a little bit difficult to open up the opponent. But like you said, chip damage is her option. And there you see it here.
โอ้5-3 ป่ะ
Over.
Nice duck into us in the 3 plus frames. More chip.
Really just take that tarantula low, take the chip damage after from the mid. Then he gave it. Did he stop that clean walk?
What's the combo from the back? Gonna activate here as well. Nice. Really good
combo selection.
แสดงว่าเอาแต้มคืนว่ะ
From that off-axis angle like that, that was huge.
Love to see it, man. He that obviously realigns the axis. Forward up into again, one of the best moves from Zafina. Another blocking that down 3 though. Counter trade works out for Chanel.
Always gonna stop there. Tarantula low.
Yeah, that stance is really, really good now, but nice dunk on the down for 1-4 from Arslan Ash. Accuracy, yes. Should be an easy walls black. Damage.
Now that with rage.
Should be it, and Arslan with the first game. Gotta think now that maybe Chanel thinking about going to Elisa. We did see Chanel, of course, use that Zafina at the EWC quite successfully. You know, he went 4 games up there versus Yagami in that very famous set. But it looks like he's sticking with the Zafina here. He's locked in on
หน้าต่อครับเกม2โทษ
Fashion the king. For me, personally.
กดผิดโทษที
See if you can bring it back, Chanel. Down 1 game.
And it's like you said earlier too. Outside of the tarantula, just like in the neutral stance like this. Arslan, of course, the reaction's famous.
Yeah. They're putting on so much pressure at the moment. Chanel forced to mash. Go to the hop kick. Couldn't get a float combo here.
สวย
Activates heat. Can he get the wall? I think he can. Yes. Nice.
One of the consistent wall enders there. Spring kick, turn around, and just like that, Arslan Ash right back in there.
And it was a little bit of a delay on the spring kick as well, right? That delay meant everything. Chanel did wait a little bit. Nice jab there to interrupt once again against the Scarecrow stance.
Oh, a jab there. Then again, working the stiletto heels, knee cutter, instant break for Chanel.
Down for 1-1. Arslan is not respecting that Scarecrow stance, man. But here we go. Let's
ห่างล่าง
not power punch.
โทคัด
Get back to the heat. Trying on that jab
เปิด
pressure.
ฮีทมา
Activation from Chanel, backs off.
สเปซิ่งสเปซิ่ง
Gotta be careful with the ability heat. He has access to control frame. Heat but not gonna use it.
ผิดแล้วทั้งคู่
Pressure right now from Arslan. What's Chanel gonna do? Could have got a bigger punish there. Big down rebound.
โอ้
Alright. Chanel on the board. Looks like Arslan really knows the matchup quite well.
Okay.
He's using power at the right time for the chance to do. Punish that. Yeah. Okay, round 1.
2 for 2. Slide that time. Slash Fury at the wall.
Nasty. 7 golden letters and just like that, Arslan moves on to
มี
set.
เกมเดียวนะครับสำหรับ
Very important set here.
Arslan
Yeah, this could end up being a high impact.
ออกไปดักไซด์ฮีทเอ็นเกียร์มา
Chip damage.
Running
Good done.
three.
No launch.
เปิดฮีทมาโดนไซด์
Backside again.
เอาคอมโบไม่ได้เมื่อกี้
Sneaky dash mix
มี
there.
แดนเข้ามาบิ๊กอัพไซด์ไป1 ทีอุ้ย
Arslan, he's quite clutch, man. Is he going to be able to clutch a hit? Down jab. Oh my god, he interrupted. The slide.
โอ้วิบสวยครับ2 เท่าไฟนอลราวครับอุ้ยจบดักได้
Both guys activated right now. Gonna go for the heat dash. It's gonna go 2-1. And again. Strong combo from Arslan.
This is about the real estate though. Let's see how he extends it. Want to just take the ivory cutter spike there?
Good block, nice. Punish. Plus frames and chip. This is still anyone's game. Oh!
A little bit more chip. No, not trying to overextend.
He's waiting for something. 4-3! Is that gonna be dead?
I flipped and that's it.
Yeah, wow, Chanel taking us to a final game. I mean, that first game was so solid for Arslan, and even in that second game, he started off so strong, but Chanel making the adaptations. Even one thing about Sabina that's really interesting that we saw there from Chanel is you can actually move in her stance. So if you're using Scarecrow, you can backdash and you can actually sidestep. And we saw that and forced a whip out of Arslan because he's been trying to.
เป็นด่านมาด่านแคบนะครับ
So we got final game now. This is so important.
And he put it on the table when it mattered the most too.
Right, here we go.
Smash. Start off conservatively here, just representing the jab.
Yeah, good fun with that one ball. You have to respect that.
His power punch callouts have been on point.
Okay, that's gonna
gunshot. Able to splash it from that far.
It's crazy, man. Parry, it's gonna be a damage.
Smash in
เปิด
range
ทั้ง
now.
คู่
Did it again.
Break the glass.
เขาคัดไง
Okay, again, that's crazy. Why not? Alright, here we go. One round up, Arslan. Down 4-2, nice.
Man, that's frustrating. Spike activation now. Oh, I like him backing off too, just to be able to be positioned like this, maintain the pressure.
And that's why Need is so scary as well. The down forward one thing so strong. And down back to 7 golden letters, trying to finish this right now. Arslan, 1 round away.
The pressure, man. You give Arslan the wall like that with heat, oh my god.
You've got to keep him out. If you're Chanel, you've got to keep him out. Try to go for the down for 2 punish. Didn't get it. 4-3, trying to
Fishing
get
rod again. Yeah.
No punish. No, oh, the back roll catch. While standing 2, good stuff from Chanel. Has the wall now. Not going to use his heat just yet. Heat smash.
ไม่ได้กดเลยครับ
Good stuff. Chanel stays alive. It's getting scary now. It's getting scary. Again, Arslan starting off very strong. Nice.
ซ้ายมาสวย
Power clutch, no wall slow.
Good check, that low was big. Called out the activation.
Yeah, Chanel's playing crazy, man. What's on 3 once again?
Buzzing up here, you see him rotating around right side. Chanel trying to hold center stage.
Oh, nice. Wait, what is with forward 1+2? I don't think he's going to be dead, though.
With the dash, he's going to get the wall positioning up. And the damage. Oh,
no, that wasn't the right combo. It's okay, though. Start the life feed. Activated, though. Arslan. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, plus frames.
อุ้ย
oh, that's done.
Oh, man.
A Bari jab.
Who's going to take it?
อีกอันสุดท้ายอีกอัน
One
สุดท้าย
hit, potentially forward 1+2. He steals the life feed. 5 seconds left.
โอ้หลบได้
And the duck on the running 1+2. Arslan takes it over Chanel.
หลบไว้แล้วนิ่งได้ สวยเลย
The duck on the running 1+2. Arslan Ash clutches it out, but that was really well played by Chanel, though, man. Even after losing the first game, that
เขามีภาพตอนชนะกับตอนแพ้อ๋อ
winning. I mean, that's a really good show of an
เจ๋งว่ะ
experienced player that, you know,
เจ๋งว่ะเจ๋งว่ะ
he just knows
ก็ว่าทำไมมีหน้าเศร้าด้วยวะ
Yeah, I mean, especially you touched on it earlier.
แม่งมีหน้าตอนชนะกับ
Early
แพ้
on,
ด้วย
had pretty good success. Obviously, had a really strong performance in Japan. Was was able to go to Melbourne. We're used to seeing him activate his heat in bracket, and it might make a big impact that weekend, but he usually won't be the walk away the winner, right? He was able to get that rare win at Melbourne, of course, and able to kind of punch his ticket here on the points that he got on the back of that. But still in this group stage, Arslan Ash, CBM looking nice, right? Chanel not quite able to be the spoiler maybe that he usually could be.
Yeah.
We'll see how this works out with the records. Right now, Lee Mishima going up against CBM.
Yeah.
Rio versus Argentina.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Lee Mishima yet to find a win, but playing very solid. Especially like showing a lot of character diversity as well.
It's razor thin margins. I mean, that set earlier against John, that was one hit away from going either way.
Yeah. What do you think about that then? With people who like to play like loads of different characters, do you think that you should just stick with like one or two, or you're okay with people?
You gotta know who you are. You gotta know who you are. If you're the kind of person who's like a little bit like you can't multitask like that. You can't like compartmentalize all these kinds of ideas and concepts. There are some freaks who play this game like that who can do that. And we've seen them be able to do it at a high level, maybe not to 100%, but to 99.8%, 99.7%. Question, does that 0.3% matter? At this level, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, depends on the player. I know I can't do that. I know I know it ain't for me, but for some of these players, they put in the grind like that to where they're putting in, enough hours on 2-3 characters. I think it gets kind of hard once you get to 3 characters is where it gets really tough, I think. But I mean, for how many years now have we seen players like me just be Mokujin in bracket or Dojin, Dojin. Yeah, Dojin. Bro, we're looking at the groups. We're like, bro, I don't even know what character, where he's gonna go with this. It's kind of just based on mood and when he sits down, right?
It's hard to prepare for that as well, right? But yeah, we've gone straight for the Heihachi here, though. It looks like Lee Mishima and CBM gonna just go straight to that Jin. And remember the Tekken World Tour Finals in Amsterdam, the one that happened in 2022. We had a situation where I think Al was up like really well and it was undefeated, and then
the Divine
Exorcist came. 1-2-0
Exorcist.
and completely ruined the chances. Could that happen here? Well, let's see.
These LatAm players, man, they'll just show up to the World Finals, flip the table, there's pizza all over the floor and stuff. That's not how this is supposed to go down, but this is what they do. And that's the power of also the regional representation that you have here. Wow, back to that. Kind of X factors like this. CBM, though, able to convert here, stick him to the wall.
I feel like CBM now, there's way less pressure on him since he's won 3 sets. So he gets to play a little bit more crazy. But now he's won 1-2 balls, back to Heihachi. Big time.
พี่หลานเองลุงพี่หลานเอง
Oh, did he press? I think he did. No, he didn't. Mishima. He just moves.
GBM เขาชอบเลดอาร์ตเยอะจัง
I wanted to say it earlier when he was
แบบ
playing
ขอลองเช็คหน่อยสิว่ากดหรือเปล่าอ่ะ
like that. You also got to credit a little bit to probably his history as a leader, right? He has very, very good perception.
ถ้ากดก็หวานเลยครับ
In terms of like when they like to press, when they like to move, etc. That probably aids him a little bit when he switches to other characters and he has optimal rotation based on that.
I mean, I was able to win a tournament with Lydia, man. So, All right, nice.
ตีนะครับ
He's going to be recovering health. No, he drops it. Big. He's smashing the back.
เอาสุดท้ายอุ้ยเฮียสวีไปโดนฮีสแมท
Open up for this big punch from CBM here. To the other side of the stage.
Massive combo. Oh, side step.
What you got? 4-4. No stance after. One in the down 4-1 series. 4-4. Whoa.
No, was at him too. Okay.
มา2เสียแล้วนะ
Some good steps from CBM there too, man. From some of these options that Heihachi, that is one of his flaws, right? He is susceptible to very good steps and good punches that can create those opportunities.
But what is going on right
the
now?
Damage, the damage.
He's about to do these 3 rounds straight. Yes, again. Oh,
stop the yard.
Another perfect. He's racking them up. Lee Mishima.
นี่เราไม่ต้องแกะก็ได้วะ
All right. He's looking good, but look. This again.
ลองดูถ้าไม่แกะได้หรือไม่
So you've got to be able to lock in here. That was sick.
CBM too, we just saw this situation as well. Drops the first game, gets snowballed on. Is able to slow it down, opens up his option rotation a little bit more. Able to, make it a better fight, and then goes in the 3rd game. He's able to kind of lock in like that.
Yeah.
See how this one goes here? Yamaji Temple daytime. Still the threat is closer to the wall, right? Yeah. Especially if Lee was able to get that thing he's shown you. I know the combo routes, especially if I'm able to get that wall touch. You better be ready to play a 2-touch guess for game scenario.
Yeah, we saw Jod adapt really well with Lee Mishima with the homing moves. We've seen a lot of lateral movement from Lee Mishima. So let's see what CBM does here in the 2nd game.
Nice
4, no confirm. Okay. Dive kick.
Even Jin, man. Look at the chip there.
It's crazy. Especially in heat, man. But here we go. Electric. Take it to the wall.
Back 4. Wow, interception from the smash there.
Very good. CBM. First round on the board.
Trying to run down too early on here. The defiant optic. CBM gets his spin, gets the wall as well. Stab his sword in.
Use that down forward for so well. Try to down jab, but that's going to get punished there. Nice. CBM has the available still. And he kill. Probably the third. Whoa, he's not. Oh my god. People don't know, but CBM actually was a combo maker. He used to, on his YouTube, he uploaded a lot of sick combos. He knows his stuff. He's got 2 rounds up.
The back 4. Forward 4 pressure now. Stance cancels.
1-1-2 interrupt.
That down 2 hit from downtown.
Okay.
Step left, activate. While standing 4-4, goes to the stomp out of stance.
แดดมาก
CBM controlling the mid-range right now, but Lee Nishima, glowing
No.
red,
And
breaks
break.
his guard, pushes to the wall.
Back 4. One way to 2 goes for this stop. Lee Mishima.
That was like 2 really, really fast interactions right there. CBM thought to stay down. Immediately, Lee Nishima with the reaction to it, goes with the stomp.
Very good. With the laser scraper once again, back to 1 final mark.
Lee Nishima, you see too, a lot of these situations on minus streams going for jab check. He just wants to get any kind of custody to go to jab back 2.
Catching the side step right as well with that laser scraper.
Good down forward, trying to see the step a little bit.
Healthy, not range. Guess again. Oh boy. 4-4-2.
In range of the smash. Man, here we go.
And then this should be the game. And it is going to be the game once again. So CBM taking us to a final game. Lee Mishima starting off very, very strong, but the adaptations are being made. What does Lee Mishima do now?
He's locking in on it.
Yeah, I think he's believing in the action. We saw before that he switched character when he lost, but this time sticking with the action. He has a special intro as well. Hey, actually, we should get along. All right, here we go. Final game. Okay. Not one down 2.
Yeah, they're down 2. It's been working too.
Legs. Forward 2, clean. Finds the spot, he engages. Whoa!
Breaking the glass too. Forward 4 that time. Trying to hunt some hawks after.
Down, back
4 at the wall. Ooh, CDM now.
Clawing his way back into this. Down 2 once again. He believes in it. What? What? It does it.
Chip damage adding up to.
Okay, counter L.
2 back 2 and now activate. But this is what's important too. Going back to this game plan. Even on a loss, you gotta make sure you activate CP. You always have the threat of instant. 4-4. That time delay out of Fujin does nothing. Big block punishment here from CBM. Gonna seal the round.
Here we go, CBM now on set point to stay undefeated in Group A.
Oh.
Counter hit that time, goes between counter hit. Finds the wall.
Okay. Nice. Good start here for
minus 25% just like that.
Really wants that water back. Down 4-4 once again, does not confirm. Yes. Trying to parry. Back 4 again. And he activated. CBM, what are you going to do? Nice.
เชนเกิลมาติเลย
Trying to sidestep right against the stance. The Lee Mishima interrupting down forward 1.
Down back 3 in the road 2.
Sidestep 1-1-2. Flash punch combo.
Before it starts, electric. There we go, while standing 1 with the follow. Raw activation from that far. 4-4 stance face.
Whoa, he catches the duck in. Lee Mishima. Please take it to the final round. Oh, nice.
Final
round here. And he has Warrior Instinct available as well, Margin.
And there it is. Gonna put it on the table immediately.
Uh-oh.
It's CBM. You can see already kind of getting
defensive.
Here we go.
It doesn't stack up when you're in Warrior Instinct. Lee Mishima has corner pressure.
and just go nuts, right?
Yeah.
And the way that set worked too was, as time went on, so far Lee Nishima today in the sets that we've seen, I mean, I feel like his optional rotation and his presence of mind and defensive habit reads on his opponents. He's had really, really good hit percentage on a lot of these forced mix-up situations. But that time, especially going into later game 2, early game 3, CBM was able to get the better reads overall on what he was looking for. But at the end there, especially when you got Warrior Instinct in a set like that, I mean, that snowball that can happen at a given round, you know?
Yeah, that really goes to show the power of that Warrior Instinct, right? And it's a really unique thing that he actually has. But, I mean, he needed to work his way into that final round. He was 2 rounds down. He made a 3-round comeback, right? So he needed to win 2 rounds without that. As we see the standings once again, CBM on 4 points. And it's still quite tight, man. And Arslan on 0, but Chanel going up against Jordan. Now this is also going to be, now that we're getting to the end of the Group A, all of these sets matter.
Sets matter.
Yeah. Jordan versus Chanel, though. I feel like both these guys are playing really good, man. I have no idea who's going to take it. I mean, I don't know who Chanel's even going to go for. Like, he went for characters like Zafina versus Arslan. I took it very, very close. But will he go for the Zafina versus Jod? We don't have a lot of Zafinas in Europe as well, you know, that play. But there are quite a few Alisas. So I feel like he'll be more familiar with the Alisa rather than the
You have to think that, especially Chanel's decision to run her earlier, that's a very targeted decision. Maybe he wants to commit to her in this group stage. Maybe. We saw Alisa out of it before, though, so it might be a matchup thing. You know, I think he thinks that maybe versus Nina because of, do you know what? Alisa and Zafina both have really good movement. So I can't even say it's movement, but maybe just the options, or maybe it's just comfort. Sometimes it's who you're comfortable with on the day, man. So let's see who Chanel goes for here. Jod versus Chanel is a very, very, very important set. Now every game counts as well, right? I mean, game differentials matter. You always got to just assume that you never want to be in a situation where you're like, oh man, they won the first game, I'm gonna clock out. No, bro, you gotta play the whole thing out. We've seen that go terribly before. Yeah. You gotta play the whole set out. Game differentials matter.
Well, it is going to be the Zafina here. We're going to Fall in Destiny. Zafina versus Nina once again. France versus Korea.
The same character matchup. Let's see how Jod approaches this differently than Arslan would, or what tips he could have taken from Arslan's earlier. Yep. Especially Arslan was really able to take away the lows outside of stand, especially outside of range of stand.
ปีหน้าครับ
He blocked down super well, so let's see. Chanel start off nice, passing it on to Jod, gets caught, pressing. He's gonna go to the wall. Lays the last hit for extra damage. Okay, so far so good. Good shot.
อย่าล่างอีก
The stiletto heel pressure, holding true south.
Oh boy. Nice. Yes, it is. 12 frame heat smash. Chanel, first round. Is that down 3? The parry is also really strong there from Zafina as well. Kind of damage to hits. Think you try to go for it again.
It's a Jod's approach here too. Just trying to get into that hit range behind field, be able to get in close range, start with the jab, be able to get a sidestep 1, apply some pressure from there.
So much damage there with that Zafina combo. Scarecrow 1-4. No duck, big chip damage.
Big chip, still in range. That time just goes for the heat dash, wants the wall push.
No duck, down for 1-4. Could be anyone's round.
They're both swinging mid on each other. Somebody's got to be taking a low.
A small punish down that with down for 2. Jod. Rage available now for Chanel, down 3 times smart. Goes for the wild and it's 2. And keep out with down 4-2. Good stuff left to go. That was a slow round. Finishing the string. Nice patience there from Jod. High Ishida.
Good intercept.
Look how quick he does it.
Oh, how to hit.
1+2 counter hit. Gonna find
Counter hit, man. Takes 4. Look at the reward here. Got the wall. Got the
combo.
activation. Even on health now.
Okay.
Running 3, picks up. Goes for the heat smash. And at the wall, you get the full down for 1 string. Big damage. Nice!
Turn fire. Jod now. Back to the wall. Finds the low pair.
Very good. He's going to be recovering health as well here. Jod with his combo. No!
เอ้าคอมโบดรอป
Oh, that grab jab was huge. Dash makes delay low. I like it.
Nice, very good. John, 2 rounds to 1. Chanel playing very, very patient here, trying to find these counter hits and just any whiff punish if you can. Whiffs on the running 1+2. Small punish there from John.
Yeah, we got the down 3. Decent success so far. Counter hit launch in mid-range.
That's Chanel. I like that. We're down the forward 3. Keep out from Chanel.
Yeah, he showed that earlier against Arslan as well. Mid-range.
Good down jab. And finishes with mid. Final round, first game. Who's going to take it? Chanel struggling to get these stance pressure really well. Now, of course, that tarantula stance so much stronger than before. Nice punish from Choco. Gonna get the wall here. Nice clean wall splat.
They keep behind him. Uh-oh. Good break.
Alright.
1+2. Reacted. Back off. Wow. Good interception so far from Chanel. Wall advantage.
Maybe the heat smash. A lot of chip though. One counter hit needed here from John. One opportunity. His combos are so optimized, man. But Chanel is playing so patient now.
Chanel 2 gotta be aware. John's in rage. Doesn't have to in the low. Okay.
And that's really good again from Zafina. You can see that compared to Tekken 7 to now, Zafina has that mid-range pressure with running 1+2 is a homing plus on block move, and you've got running 3 to kind of mix that up as well. If you're trying to sidestep, you know, the running 3 you get hit by the 1+2, but then if you're not sidestepping, then the running 3 pressure, man, is chip damage, pressure, plus frames, and Chanel used that mid-range game really well there with Zafina.
Yeah, big departure from what we were used to seeing, like you said earlier, with 7 especially, but it's not to say that she doesn't have merit.
เกม 2 นะครับ ระหว่างเชนเนลกับจอร์จ
Normally so like stone faced, but he knows how much is on the line here. He needs to make this comeback. Can he do it? We got second game.
God, the one that forced the offense early on here.
A lot of down.
Chanel representing the mids on mids.
Just keeping him out, man, and out of pressure. Look at that downboard one from Mantis. And goes for the sneak edge. Sneaky.
สุดจอครับท่านี้
Got a pixel.
ไม่ใช้ก็ไม่หลุด
A pixel but no dream. There's the downboard for the kill. Chanel in the driver's seat. Okay. Oh wow, mashes in between the string. That was actually the wrong punish. But Chanel wasn't ready, goes for the throw. And again,
he went back again for it again. Stiletto heals, the pressure at the wall.
And then tries to finish it off. Alright, here we go, John.
There is a pulse. Trying to open him up low early on here. Yep. God, now rotating around clockwise. Azazel attacks.
ซ้ายมาสวยมาก
Yeah, look at that. Not even really a clean hit early on here, but it's already like 25% down.
Oh, finishes the string. Man, trying to punish down back 4. But the mid comes in. That's going to be a nice chunky combo.
Steps with him to realign for the wall pressure here. Job the smash.
He has wall positioning now as well. Going to be able to come to help with these pokes. Good break. Nice, goes to the power crush. Here we go. No tuck on the string. 15 seconds left on the clock. Time is becoming a factor. Nice
sidestep mid. Finds the whip punish in the round. Wow.
A potential final round now here for Chanel. John wants to at least get one game on the board, but he really needs 2, man. He needs to win this set. Nice start. Does he get the first goal?
สวยจัด
Oh, look at Chanel right now as he's catching him sidestepping, running 3, goes for the counter hit.
Against the wall, gonna activate here. Smash. Fish with the 4th kick again.
And that's gonna be it.
สวย
Chanel taking it over John 2-0, finishing it with that heat smash. Very, very well played. That Zafina is looking so scary. Now it's an interesting situation. I mean, I don't know where we are right now, but I mean, Chanel is playing super well, and Arslan
that being
as well
could come into play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I feel like Arslan's had a lot of kind of 2-1s, right? So we're gonna have to check the leaderboard there, man. But right now, CBM poised in a really good position to kind of make it.
อาร์เซนอลกับใครนะครับ
Now looking like it's gonna be between Chanel and Arslan.
This is the way these group brackets always work, right? You gotta keep an eye on the game differential just because of how it breaks down for the second and third place finishers of the group. Obviously, the top 2 here are gonna be the ones that are gonna move on, right? But the difference between second and third place here is massive. You know, and if it comes down to a game differential, that you know, you don't want to be able to say that you didn't play every set out like that, and you know, at least didn't get the 2 1s that you needed.
But look, man, look, listen, guys. Lee Mishima just took our CBM, right? And we're looking at now Chanel versus Arslan from who's gonna make it out. Lee Mishima could
be that guy.
Could be that guy. He could be that guy right now.
Would it even be weird? Not really.
I don't know. I don't think so, man. Seeing how Lee Mishima's been playing as well, especially, and the fact that he just beat CBM, this is an important match, and I think it's important that Lee Mishima picks the right character here as well, to be honest.
Who is the right character?
I mean, look, we've seen Arslan in the past, you know, he has struggled a little bit against Lee, you know, and that is one of his main characters, but again, Arslan doesn't really rate Lee that highly. I think that Lee Mishima should just kind of think about who he's been playing good with. I think Heihachi's been playing so well with characters.
Are you going to run Heihachi on Arslan? You already...
Why not, man?
I guess, yeah, you're just going to play high mid. I think it's going for the lows is already scary enough against someone like Arslan, right, who has the fast reaction. You saw how he dealt with Chanel Zafina just a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden, if it's even more difficult to run Heihachi lows on somebody like that, you still, of course, have the high mid gain, heat activation, instinct threats.
Yeah.
Go for guard break, but I mean, against Arslan, it's got to be scary, right? You have the damage, but it's like that toolkit versus this player. I think it comes down to a player, man.
He has Reyna. We saw Reyna pull that today. And a lot of Reyna's a Foxon as well. So, I mean, yeah, I'm so interested to see who he's going to go for. Is it going to be Lydia as well? Like, he's got so many characters. Like, he's covering
Lydia.
It's the same. You got to go with the namesake, right?
Yeah.
I think he's
double down on the old man.
Look, he's been playing sick with Heihachi. He just got the win over CBM with the old man. Here we go now. Lee Mishima. Could he play spoiler for Arslan?
No sleeves on this gi.
Sending him to the LCQ, bruv. Nah. All right, let's go. We're starting off in the Ortiz farm. Pakistan versus Argentina. Here we go.
This should be fun.
It will be fun.
On this stage too. Oh man, if we go to the basement on. Oh, stuff's gonna get nutty. Hold on.
We're parties, man.
1-1-2 immediately. Forward 4 backs off.
ใส่ยับเลย
I love the movement, man. The lateral movement from Lee Mishima has been so good all day. Oh, that went under the jab this time. He did get the side step, but going for the wrong punish. Look at that combo, though.
So he gets the wall as well. Yeah, break.
If we get one more break, we're partying today.
สวย
We got downstairs. Chop it down.
โอ้แล้วมันได้ด้วยไง
Let's go. Still spinning. Sprint still spinning.
Bro, look at the combo. It's so sick.
Down back 2. He bet it on Arslan.
Did no launch, though. Nice. Oh, my God.
ตายแล้วน่ะ หัวแตก โอ้ยสุด
Down jab.
หน้าสี
Mishima. Very solid first round. I don't think I've seen anyone use the stances as well as Mishima, man. Like, sometimes he doesn't even have to do anything.
It's when you say using the stances, to me, it's about not when he doesn't use the stances.
Yeah.
The reads that come with that, just the layered pressure that emerges.
Talking about pressure, though, look at this. No! Oh, my gosh. Arslan on the back foot. Down jabs, a lot of down jabs, playing scrambly. Back to 2. Oh, boy, that's it. No, 1 picture remaining. Goes for the low.
Down back 3.
So,
Got 2 rounds up here. And we see this all the time at Lee Mishima, man. Starting off every game, every set with a solid first game. Back if you find the spot, count it in 12 frame.
Trying to build some understanding here.
Funny.
Stiletto heel, the immediate crouch jab, activation on Arslan's side. So you try to get the ball control here.
Good side step again.
1-1-2, immediate flash punch.
Whoa.
โอ้ย
What a block. No way.
Boy, that time goes high.
สวยเอ้าหวายสองอ้า
That could have been it.
Huge opportunity.
Bro.
โอ้
Count it. Oh my
โอ้
god.
โอ้เสียดาย
Got the reactions. Got to calm down a little bit. He could have taken that, but no punish. Lee Mishima.
Stay in his face. Tower pressure sweepish after sweep though. Arslan trying to turn this thing around, break the glass.
He's really trying to take that momentum back, but he switches
เดี๋ยว
sides.
แก้ได้สลับฝั่งซ้าย
He hasn't walk active yet. Arslan runs into the 4-4.
ตาม
4-4 pressure, tries to get right back at you with the
อี
smash.
จะแบด
Not looking good for Arslan right now. Has range and he available.
แบดเข้ามา
Nice.
โอ้
This could be his.
ฮิต3เขาจะฮิต
Range up. But no, he doesn't go for it. Now he just
Yeah, there it is.
now.
เดือดอาร์
And nice comeback once again. And that's why down 4
เป็น
is so strong. You can go into
ไฟนอลลาวนะครับ ของทั้งคู่
That's a very good fun. Perhaps too good.
Especially in conjunction with the
เอื
rest
อ
of the toolkit at that range too.
งัด
Step two, nice.
You're gonna lift to the sky real quick. Ghost already exploded here. That actually works out for Arslan. He gets the whole pressure more.
เปิดหน้าสุดท้ายมาแล้ว
He sidestepped.
โอ้
Okay, activate.
แรงชิบหายครับมาดอกดาวด้วยพอนิดได้
Wipe the floor with them. Down back
Yeah.
three.
Mix up time.
Spit that.
Nice down jump this time.
โอ้โหถ้า2 ทีน่าจะได้เนี่ย
Step in the down 1-2, and that should be the round and the game. So close.
เออ
Down to a down 4-1 that whip. And he
มาดูอย่างโคตรเหนื่อย
committed to it. And Arslan was already had evasion on it. Oh man.
Yeah, this has made it a lot more difficult, man. Winning the first game. Lee Mishima usually, the one winning the first game there, but he's sticking with it. He actually's got a stage select. Just a couple of drop punishes, otherwise you could have taken that game, and that just shows it's a game of small margins, man.
Razor thin.
This should be fun.
Especially again with the character power too. You do so much damage, but you gotta get that. You're gonna have to get that second hit. Either second big hit, or you're gonna have to play a little bit of micro second to be able to try to squeeze out the rest of that life bar.
I want to see a final game, man. Good run. No one's blocking the run from him, but there it is.
Right back to it.
ตัวคาทีได้เก็บ
Time with the blue hole.
ห
Back
ลัง
four.
4หลัง 4 อีกที
Activate.
จับ
In throw.
แก้ไม่ได้เรียบร้อย1 แต้ม
Once again, a good strong start from Lee Mishima.
1 ราวไม่ใช่1 แต้ม
Or stands into nothing. All that just is a late sweep. Still just puts the 2 out there. Shut up.
1-1-2.
You see him going to this option a
เหี่ยว
lot.
2 ทีได้แล้ว
Not even really trying to get another combo to be able to go in the activation
Oh,
like
good,
that.
wow.
He's gonna activate full stage just to make sure he gets it off.
Has the incredible. There it is. He smashed into the throw.
มันโบกมันเบรก
Finish it off though.
Gotta find another hit.
Nice at them again, but no! He's playing for the wrong punish.
Yeah,
After getting a successful sidestep, he's going to just close it out with the rage up, keep it very, very safe. That will be the round to Arslan. But again, Lee Mishima, lateral movement has been so good, but he's got to be careful punishing with the highs because Anina has so many options under those jabs.
He's autopiloting, just going for the, like you said, the one. He's looking for flash punch every time. He just wants the knockdown.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, especially after sidestep like that, that's something Arslan's gonna pick up and make you pay for. And you're seeing it play out that way.
They want to see a little bit more down 4-1-2.
4
There it goes. Back 4. Oh boy.
Hey, hard break, gonna get the wall here.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
4-4.
Oh,
จับโคก
again, trying to go for down
เอาแล้ว
but the
แบ็ค
reaction is that
ดาวแบ็ค2 อีกแล้ว
get hit by that once.
It's like you said at the beginning of the set, you gotta be careful about how often you go to well with some of these low options.
I like the confidence though. I like the confidence.
ได้เฉย
The punish.
ฟุกปะวะ
And the sweep. Arslan Ash moves on to set point.
The down 4-1 there just to set up for it too at the wall. Here we go, Arslan. Backing up. Goes to sidestep left. Down 4-1 with the red.
Down 4-1-1 again. Catches the sidestep. Nice. No 1-1-2 back that time.
See Lee Mishima opening up the move list a little
จับ
bit more.
เลยโคก
Counter hit, headbanger's ball.
ทอร์นาโดทอร์นาโด
Three wolves black. They won the back.
มีปฏิด้วย
Arslan parallel to this.
2 วอลพร้อมโบวิบ4
Second life.
ฮีแดนมาฮีแดน
Crash at the offset. Lee Mishima
goes for the mid.
Goes for the up.
โอ้
Arslan ducking and now
ไฟนอลลาวนะครับ
Look at that top right corner.
Obama, this is really, really important, man.
He's got that three.
โอ้
And another
หิด
block.
แรก
Beautiful.
โดน
To the corner.
All that matters is activate.
Can he even activate Warrior instantly?
Yeah, pressure here. That's what Arslan gives him. Oh boy, down back three. Will he just heat dash? 2 series and the lows, the mix after in that breath. Arslan at
ดีใจจัง
He was nervous going to this.
I mean, Lee Mishima took him to 2 final rounds there, and I think he knows that 2-0 puts him in a good position, right? Every game counts, like we said, when it comes to the leaderboard, but Lee Mishima, big shout out to him, man. What a great performance we saw from him, even though he wasn't able to get the win that time. But Arslan Ash clutching it as well.
He made it fun to watch, man. He made it fun to watch, especially with the way he was using Heihachi pressure at this level, right? You know, like, it's really easy to get distracted about doing things, but he was showing you also how to play by not doing things. So the way he was using Fujin stance, you have to just cancel to nothing, wait and react and see what they're going to do, and then be able to make reads from there and you make decisions based on that. The way he got return out of doing that, too, throughout the sets that he played today was really fun to watch.
I think it was, like you mentioned, the usage of the stance isn't just what he does from the stance. Sometimes it does
what you don't do.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a good example for like Heihachi players to say, you know what, yeah, you don't, maybe you can sidestep right against a lot of the options, but yeah, just don't do anything. You know, just sometimes just mix them up and not do anything and continue your pressure.
Don't do anything, cancel, wait. Oh, there's a step here? Check.
Yeah, exactly. And that, yeah, so that was really good. I like that from Lee Mish, which is supposed to show how strong he is, man. He played multiple characters at a high level, but I think we're doing the calculations right now, man. I'm not quite sure where we are, who won that, but Arsenal are really happy there.
You know the golden rules, bag. Never do math on stream. Never do math.
I ain't doing it on stream or off stream.
But I'm sure UK education system is a lot better than where I came from. But don't trust us to do the numbers on stream. We'll get you guys an update in a minute. But yeah, the way this group worked out was pretty fun. I'm glad, especially like you said, Lee Mishima matches were really fun to watch, especially because Heihachi, again, because of when he released, up until now, we haven't gotten too many opportunities to see him played at this level like that and what that looks like. But he gave us a little taste and, you know, with a little bit of different spice because of where he comes from, obviously. Shout out to everybody out there from South America watching.
Honestly, I feel like he proved himself, man. Like,
oh yeah,
they can take against anyone. He's already taken out the #1 in the group, CBM as well, and so many of those situations. Like, if he had punished the sweep from Nina in that first game, that would have been 1-0 for him. He went for full clutch down 1 instead of down 4-2, I think, and that would have been the full launch and probably dead. But I can see the people in the lab coats, you know, they're doing the calculations right now. Arslan is like really in his face, like, what's going on here? What does he look like?
Arslan's like,
he looks happy.
Look, bro, he looks like a math. He's like, yo, show me the math on that. Show me the math.
How did you do the calculation? Let me see.
Hey, carry that too.
Oh, he's laughing, he's smiling. I think he's happy. I think he might have made it through. CBM definitely, I feel like, has made it in. Winning 3 out of 4.
เราจะพักใช่ไหมเดี๋ยวผมพักไปทำข้าวกินก่อนเดี๋ยวต้องออกไปข้างนอก
Like consistency is key. And we were talking about this earlier. You know, for CPM, we saw him get multiple top 8s, and because of the way the format works for this tour, obviously, if you keep getting the same placement or similar placement, you're not going to be able to make as much point jumps on that leaderboard. But if you put yourself in that situation and give yourself that many opportunities to knock on that door, eventually, you might have a good weekend, and all of a sudden, now you made that game.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about like what we have coming up after this as well? We've got Group B, just a little bit of a preview.
I still don't know who's in Group B. You got a surprise.
I got the John, Shadow 20Z, Chikarin, Joker, and Morgold. And Morgold was the first one to say, I want to interject here, I want to interrupt and put my name here.
Oh, wait. Shadow,
the John,
Joker,
Chikarin, Morgold.
So if I'm trying to think of who's not, who I don't know yet.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the John. So we've got Pakistan, USA, Japan, UK, and Korea. It's a very diverse group. It's going to be super sick.
We got some kings.
Oh, here we go. We've got the confirmation. It is going to be CBM and Arslan Ash making it out of that group. And if you saw this group beforehand, you probably would have said that these two would make it out, right? But the way that it happened was very unique and very interesting as well. Definitely wasn't free for any of these guys.
Yeah, like you said, you said earlier, Lee Mishima proved himself. I think he's already, if you made it here as a global qualifier, you already proved yourself by even just making it here, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people probably would have, just because they don't know any better, we might have written that off a little bit sooner, but I really liked the performance even just from all the players in this group. Those were some really fun to watch matches.
And here's the breakdown of it as well. So CBM ended up with 4 points, Arslan with 2, Chanel with one. So that Chanel versus Arslan matchup.
It actually did matter.
That mattered a lot. That was for that second place. Now, when it comes to Chanel, Jordan Lee Mishima, they're not out of the finals just yet. They are actually going to be able to enter the LCQ on the 7th of December on Saturday and potentially make it back into the...
and Spag, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to you explaining the format all weekend. I can't wait to hear you. You better be on point with how you
I'm looking forward to it as well, man. You know, this is what I do. You know, I'm gonna make sure you guys are not confused with this at all. It's a very unique format. I love it. You know, and so and these players as well, they have an opportunity. They know I'm not out of it yet. Got to lock in now. LCQ. It is what it is, man.
It's triple elimination bracket or something. I don't know. We came up with something new here. But yeah, they're gonna have a shot in the LCQ, and that's the big thing to note here. It's not just about the people who flew in looking for a shot to try to get, squeeze in there. All the dudes that fell by the wayside here in these group stages are going to have their shot to get back in there as well.
So we're not going to be commentating the Group B, I think. We might be on it, but we're not going to be together. I want to know, from the John, Shadow, Chikrin, Joker, Mulgol, who you think is coming out of that?
I mean, that's a tough one, man. I think Mulgol is probably what the answer most people would jump to, especially just because of, like you said, consistency, right, throughout the year.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially even compared to players like Chikrin, you can never completely write him off. That's a wily old guy. He's been hitting for a few months, but especially after Thailand, what happened at the end of Tekken, I'm always kind of like cautious of him. Like, is he cooking something in the background and we just don't know? That's a tough one, though, man. The John in that bracket is a huge X factor because of especially the way he came on so strong at the end of the tour.
Yeah.
Remember in Thailand, man, that was a hell of a performance from him and Shadow.
Do you know what happened? Shadow actually put his name straight with the John straight away because that was the grand finals of Tiger Uppercut, the final master event. So he wants that run back. He's like, no, I'm taking this. And it was super close anyway with the Zafina versus
It was close, and you also saw some ideas from Shadow, too. But,
yeah. Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I think that's going to be it from this, though. The Group A concludes, and we're going to be moving on to Group B. But we're going to take a short break before that, ladies and lads. The Tekken World Tour Finals continues after this break. We'll see you in a minute.
Go to stage.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's cool, Spag. I got it. Group A comes to a close. I would have been a little bit confused, too. It was a little bit of action going on in Group A. But Group A is done. We had Chanel, CBM, Arslan Ash, Jod, as well as Lee Mishima, and some exciting matches. But only 2 make it out, and one of those 2 is going to get this medal right here. First and foremost, make some noise for your first person making it out, CBM! Matches were actually crazy. I am definitely a Jin fan. Let me make sure my guy gets this. I don't know about nobody there. Congratulations. And of course, look, I know it was looking a little shaky right there, but making it out of Group A and into TWT, make some noise for Arslan Ash. Group A, your 2 players that make it out, 2 of the best in the world. Don't have to worry about the LCQ. You guys are already in there. So congratulations to both of these guys, 2 of the best Tekken players in the world you're seeing right here. But this is only a small piece of what we have to offer going forward because obviously we got Group B, C, and D to follow up. And now I'm going to send it back over to the commentators to send it away.
More tournaments should do that.
I'm glad Steve told him don't bite it. We don't know about the microplastics and all forever chemicals. You don't know what's in that kind of stuff. But that's a big deal. CBM and Arslan able to get out of group stage like this, secure their spot in top 16 on winner's side advantage. That's a big deal, especially if you're eyeing the prize for this event. You cannot falter. You don't want to go through the loser's route. You don't want to.
Yes, it's sick, man. I like that as well, man. Getting the medals for making it out of the groups. And you deserve it, man, for this. It's such a hard group, man.
Who gave Steve those gloves? Those gloves look like VTuber gloves. When they start doing stuff, you don't know.
I don't know about that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not clued up like that like you are, man. But stick. But yeah, CBM and Arslan making it out, and no surprise there. No surprise there when it comes to that group. I think those are the 2 that were most likely to make it out. But the next group coming up is going to be super, super crazy. It's really hard to predict as well, just because of the diversity. We haven't seen some of these guys play for a long time as well. The John, I feel like, for me, has been one of the most consistent players on the whole tour. He wasn't able to travel out to a lot of events. He had to make every single tournament that he went to count, and he did.
He did. Yeah. Especially with the endgame scenario that you had in Thailand like that. He had to perform. hey, you might only get 3 shots to qualify. You know, Pakistani passport, we've been talking about it for years at this point. You guys know the drill, right? You might only get 1 shot to be able to punch your ticket. He went there and he dunked on it.
Yeah.
You know?
In the Dubai Abu Dhabi Dubai Master event, Emirates Showdown, there wasn't many Pakistanis there, right? But he was one of the guys that was able to make it down. And, you know, there, every single time he went to an event, he had to get a top 3. And he did, man. And that's why I'm saying that I feel like this is going to be interesting. But we will be also getting a run back, guaranteed, with Shadow versus the John. That's one I'm going to be looking forward to as well. The grand finals of Tiger Uppercut. So, man, it's just going to be super, super sick, man.
Yeah, the intersecting lines here, especially with some of the man, the way this is going to boil down, Group B sounds a lot of fun. But I'm also kind of thinking, who's missing from this? What's Group C and D going to look like in my head? I'm kind of thinking. But also with this group, too, you got to think about it. This is why this LCQ is cursed. Jod, Chanel. Think about who didn't make it here.
Yeah.
Lee Mishima. All players who won master events this year, and they're just going to be swimming in that shark pool.
Yeah, that's why this LCQ is so unique compared to before, man. And we have no idea who's going to take it. Plus, you got all the players that didn't qualify who are here as well. You got people like Nee, John Ding, Ow, and Keisuke. Like, all these guys are also going to be there. That LCQ will be happening on the Saturday, on the 7th. That's going to be so
violence,
fun to watch.
Bro. There's going to be violence.
But my picks to make it out of this group, I feel like for Group B, the John, I got Joker as well, man. I got to pick Joker, you know. I feel like he's been playing so solid as well, and he's been training super, super hard. But you never know. Chikrin is a big question mark as well. He started off so well in Tekken 8, winning EVO Japan, but kind of fell off a little bit after that.
I feel like even when you say, the fact that you say kind of fell off a little bit, that makes him even scarier to me. That's why I'm even more cautious to be like, write him off. You know
Why
what I mean?
Why is that?
It's just because, I mean, I just think about the way Thailand worked out in 2019 at the end of Tekken 7, where he's like, I got something for you.
No one picked it.
Ulsan, nobody yet, and he just came out of nowhere. Picked the Kumo against Ulsan. I had this just for you.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of crazy dude you're talking about here. That dude is sitting in his house somewhere thinking about everyone in this group and saying like, I got something just for you.
And he rises up to the occasion. When it comes to these big events, he rises up. EVO Japan champion, Tekken World Tour 2019 champion. Even at the EWC this year, I believe he got top 8 as well. No one's really kind of thinking that he would get that far. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's been cooking. I haven't been watching. I used to watch in the beginning of Tekken 8, he was playing a lot of Lily, I know. But does he have a Leroy in the back pocket? Does he have another character that we maybe haven't seen? We've already seen Lee Mishima bring out the Heihachi and even the Reina, right? So I'm excited to see what character he's going to go for. He usually knows which characters are really strong in the game as well and have potential in first twos. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And then Morgold, you know, with how strong he's been playing as well, one of the top Korean players. But again, we look at EWC, didn't have a great performance there, but everywhere else he's been, it's just so
Is that a rule or an exception? I have to think it's an exception, right? And especially with his seeding coming into this, he's somebody hard to bet against. If I'm going to make my picks, Shadow Mogul, that's what I'm going to put on.
Shadow Mogul?
Yeah.
Nice picks, ladies and lads. This time, we are definitely going to be going on a break. When we return, Group B action here at the Tekken World Tour Finals 2024. We'll see you in a bit. And that's guaranteed after forward hit. Slash kick plus frames. Look at the pressure right now from Lee Mishima.
Lack of great health on Jod's side. He's not going to be able to get anything back here.
Yo,
another grab from downtown.
Damn, double perfect 14 golden lessons. Lee Mishima.
What did you just let the follow-up hit like that?
Yeah, he went for the charge. Down back 3, heavy go. Jod, can he finish it here?
Little heals. Going with the heat dash here. Jod gives him nothing. Wants to see what he wants to go for. Back 2 series, cancels.
It's the last opportunity here potentially from Lee Mishima. Back to 2, and Jod is going to take it 2-1.
Here, Jod now backing it up. It's a back 2, but fine.
QCF1, counter hit launcher. Here we go. Jod, gonna be a big combo.
And activate.
To the wall. Yes, sir. Look at the damage roll. Oh my god. Trying to step into the blonde bomb. Jod stay down. He blocked that so many times.
Nice blow to cheese him out of his activation or armor.
Yep. Got a lot of pressure now. Here we go. CBM in heat. Look at all of this pressure.
Even if it doesn't touch, look at the chip damage.
Oh my god. Did he press? I don't think he did. And CBM is going to take it 2 games to 1. This is still anyone's game. Oh!
A bit more chip. Chanel not trying to overextend.
He's waiting for something. 4-3. Is that going to be dead? I think that's it. Wow, Chanel taking us to a final game. Okay, though. Starts the life feed. Activated, though. Arslan. Counter hit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, plus frame.
Oh, that's done.
Oh, man.
Up
Alright, jab. Who's gonna take it? One more here, potentially forward one pursuit. He steals the life lead. 5 seconds left. Oh! What the duck on the running one pursuit. Arslan takes it.
Minus one's going for jab check. He just wants to get any kind of custody to go to jab back to.
Catching the sidestep right as well with that laser scraper.
Nice, good down forward, trying to seal the step a little bit.
Healthy. Frames. Guess again. Oh boy. 4-4-2.
In range of the smack. And here we go.
And then this should be the
There it is.
game. And it is going to be the game once again.
CBM, you can see already kind of getting
Oh!
defensive. Here we go.
It doesn't stack up when you're in Warrior Instinct. Lee Mishima has the corner pressure. Uh-oh. Look at this. Oh! And that is going to be it. Lee Mishima hands CBM his... Oh, wow. Mashes in between the string. That was actually the wrong punish. But Chanel wasn't ready. Goes for the throw. And again,
Immediately he went back again for it again. Stiletto heals, the pressure at the wall.
And then sidestep one to finish it off. Oh, look at Chanel right now as he's catching him sidestepping. 1 in 3. Goes for the counter hit.
Against the wall, gonna activate here. Smash. Fish with the 4D again.
And that's gonna be it. Chanel taking it over John 2-0, finishing it. Uh-oh, that went under the jab this time. He did get the sidestep, but going for the wrong punish. Look at that combo, though.
So he gets the wall as well. Yeah, break.
If we get one more break, we're partying today. Oh, boy. He's going downstairs.
Chopping downstairs up, man. Round 1, let's go. Still spinning. Sprint still spinning.
Bro, look at the combo, it's so sick.
Down back 2, he bet it on Arslan.
Did no launch, though. Nice! Oh my god. What's the combo though? Golden skeletons. No, he got it! Down jab! Lee Mishima.
Got the 3, he's got the 3.
Every game counts. And another block on that healthy, beautiful Arslan Ash. To the corner.
Well, it matters. Activate.
Can he even activate Warrior Instinct?
Yeah,
there?
the pressure here. Depends on what Arslan gives him.
Oh boy.
Down back 3. Will he just heat dash? Back 2 series and the lows, the mix after in that pressure. Arslan has big pop-up.
Everyone wants to block. How can you say no to this?
You make it fresh every day.
Absolutely. We keep it fresh. You can't have Chipotle without guac.
The King of Fighter. 15. My friends. Good people. AWC and TWT champion. The John is here to rule.
Authentic. Eat good food. The John. Caught to Kill Hitman Reborn. Overwatch. My best friend Nikki. Diverse. Living alone with my dog happily. Bring it on.
そうですね、ノビが一番苦労しました。ドラゴンボールが好きです。ありません。会社とスポンサーの皆様に伝えたいです。ご飯が美味しいです。10年後も最前線で戦える強さが出いたいっていうのと、コーチとかもやってみたいですね。はい、全員ボコボコにして屈服させてあげたいと思います。
I've always wanted to visit Japan, and now I'm finally here for Tekken World Tour Finals 2024, so I'm grateful. Exploring, experiencing different cultures, and eating new foods. CBM because he's beaten me multiple times during the tour. I watched a lot of animes, but Hunter x Hunter is my favorite. Metal Gear Solid. God. Diversity. Working in cybersecurity and coaching the new Tekken generation. To be the best, you have to beat the best, so that's what I'm here to do.
굉장히 니트하다고 생각을 합니다. 일본은 굉장히 라면이 맛있기 때문에 라면을 좀 많이 먹도록 하겠습니다. 저는 아슬란 애쉬 선수를 꼽았는데요. 저는 그의 철권 실력이나 뭐 대회 멘탈 이런 게 굉장히 강하다고 생각을 하기 때문에 이번 올해 한 해 동안 가장 힘든 상대 중에 하나였던 것 같습니다. 저는 유이왕을 되게 좋아합니다. 저는 리그 오브 레전드라는 게임을 되게 좋아합니다. 당연히 저희 부모님께 가장 먼저 소식을 전해드릴 것 같습니다. 철권의 신 무릎 선수가 있습니다. 2034년 TWT 파이널에서 뵙겠습니다. 제가 여기 처음 오게 됐는데 처음 왔지만 돌아갈 때는 챔피언으로 돌아가겠습니다.
Welcome back everyone to the Tekken World Tour 2024 live from Tokyo, Japan. That last group was absolutely insane. My name is Lukai and joined on the mic here, Mr. Rip. How's it going,
Welcome
man?
to the finals, my friend. Lukai out here. Of course, shout out to our friends over at Chipotle for holding down the tour all year long as well. But as you were saying, Group A was amazing. CBM came to play today. And then Arson Ash, of course, barely making it in, had a rough start, had to adjust the whole way through. But he made it in. He's in.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about the other guys? They're still in, but just not the same in.
Yeah, exactly. They're in the LCQ, so you still got another chance, which is good. Lee Machine at the end, we're all watching at the back and dropping so many combos.
He had a chance.
Missing the wall standing punishes. We're all just screaming there. The hype is actually so real here. In the Tekken World Tour Finals. But guys, we'll be going to the player entrances right now. We've got Spag over there to introduce the players.
All right, ladies and lads, Tekken World Tour Finals 2024. What an amazing Group A we had. We're moving on to Group B. Allow me to bring the players on to the stage. First up, we have from Pakistan, the John. The John, amazing player all the way from Lahore. Coming up next, we have from the United States of America, Shadow 20Z. And up next, from Japan, the EVO Japan 2024 champion. Please welcome Chikurin. And up next, it's my boy, my guy from Small Heath, Birmingham. Your neutral, Joker. This group is insane, man. It final guy coming up. He's been so strong all throughout the year. From South Korea, please welcome Mogold. This is our Group B, super stacked, very diverse when it comes to the regions as well. And our first matchup is going to be the Tiger Uppercut Grand Finals run back, Shadow 20Z and the John. Please take a seat. You're going to be kicking off Group B. Let's go back to the commentators to call the action.
Alrighty, first matchup could be the run back, of course, the John versus Shadow. And the interesting thing here, when they were putting the names up on the board, Shadow's like, I want him. Boom.
Yeah,
you know, or
exactly.
John was the same thing. So it's awesome, right?
Yeah, no, it was. You know,
It's exciting.
I was there in Tiger
Uppercut, you
commentating
were,
days
I
with
remember.
Mark, man. It was crazy games as well. And you know, the thing about Shadow is that he is so good at utilizing, Safina and all her moveset is super strong, and it's going to be good to see who actually take it. But the John, such a simple play, 4 moves, down forward 1, down forward 2, maybe the shove, and then down forward,
muscle
two,
armor.
muscle armor. That's it. Give it a couple of moves.
You gotta flex on a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, overall, this is a crazy group. I think this is the most diverse group we have, right? You've got Pakistan, US, you've got the UK in here. We've got Japan with Chikrin in here. And
อาจจะอยู่ได้แค่เกม
is there a Korean here?
Moldov,
แมตช์หนึ่ง
yeah,
แมตช์หนึ่ง
perfect, yeah.
Most diverse group of the day.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The
ว้า
first group
ลง
was
ไป
crazy.
ข้างนอก
The
ครับ
groups are just going to keep getting better and better.
I think the craziest thing when you look back at UK is just that it seemed like it was told, the story was told very early, like, oh, CPM's going to make it out and Arsenal guaranteed second because if he won the first 2 matches. Not at all how it worked out. It was down to the wire, actually. And even Lee Mishima had a chance. If he had 2-0'd Arsenal that final set,
that was a heartbreaker.
Then someone else could have gotten in and Arsenal wouldn't have made it in. So it was down to the wire. He had his moments, but just couldn't close out the set. Let's take a look at some of Shadow's stats here. 26 years of age, still very young. Traveled a ton this year. Around the, might have traveled more than anyone else in the entire tour, actually. Lots of top results. His lifetime main character in the Tekken series is Zafina. That's wild.
Yeah, like pre-match routine. I don't have a routine. Like that just sums up.
You take a nap, bro.
That was so sick. And there we have the John as well. 7th there with 1,580 points. He has such great results there as well. But his first appearance in the Tekken World Tour Finals as well.
Yeah, this is interesting because Arsene did that interview where he's like, if I don't win or if Atif doesn't win, then someone from Pakistan is still going to win.
Yeah.
And this could be one of those guys he was talking about, right? Like the John, or maybe Farzine as well, right? So there's a lot of top Pakistan guys here. We also have, I think, Human in the LC. In the regionals.
The regionals, yeah, Human as well. With the John, he plays such a very simple game plan with King. And it's so fun to watch, though. Even though it's 4 moves, it's incredible to see how he breaks his opponent down. But we're going to our first game.
It is the Zafina that comes out to play here against the King from the John. USA in the building.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he, kind of navigates his way around Zafina here because he's so evasive with all these stance changes.
เตะ
Let's see
เขีย
what
นหน้า
does
เป็น
Yeah,
ที่
King
เป็น
historically
กล้าม
had some issues with that, right? Especially against Link Xiao Yu and the Art of Phoenix stand. So we'll see how that
ไม่ได้เกลียดไปไปโดนอะไรครับ
Shadow.
Oh, okay, gets a nice little float there. It's the combo like just
Missed it. Okay. And in the first, we saw this too, where the first set for the players, they looked a little shaky.
Yeah, everyone knows that, high stakes.
Oh,
ข้างล่างโดนจับคนก้ม
Oh, very nice there. Half bar already, plus frames.
After running free that time.
Oh, forward order 2, a giant swing. Great throw break there.
Shadow's ready for John, though. Huge lead right now. Holders back 3.
รู้ขัด
Oh, okay.
Another kill.
Oh, pixel remain.
Low parry.
What a low parry.
He's got no break. 14 seconds. This seems almost impossible.
Nearly impossible. Can he do it?
John just should stay grounded. He doesn't even need to do it.
สไลด์
Very good.
สไลด์ไป
Asserted dominance straight away here. Okay. Again, that's what I was talking about before. The stance is going to be so difficult to get in for the John. Right, plus 22.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Good duck. Yeah, the reaction there.
Yeah.
Good reaction. Beautiful duck.
That's going to be the round with the right combo here.
Beat that.
Yeah.
Good duck.
This is so
Don't
close
worry.
to contesting already. The beginning of the game, but very close from both players there.
And really important for Shadow to get that round to ease things up quickly. You don't want to fall too far behind the first 2 format.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see the John utilizing other
Oh,
moves to start.
โดนเขาน์เตอร์ฮิต
He
ครับ
understands he play slightly different against Safina here. It's
Yeah.
going to be the same as playing like a dragon
หมาย
or
สอง
Feng.
ได้คอมโบ
Yeah, you saw the muscle armor starting to come out as well. Full crowd down for 2 that time. Beautiful punish.
Yeah, just a mix-up like here. Just okay. Forward
ต่อย
and
ล่าง
Oh my gosh.
เขาลอย
tracking.
Yeah. But right now,
Oh my god, the heat smash.
แมท
I was just going to
ถึง
right now.
ถ่าย
Taking down, and he ran him and hit it, and Shadow's like, oh, you had that?
Yeah, I feel like the longer the the game's out, people are gonna start realizing that when your heat time is running low, they're most likely gonna run in and use a heat smash.
It's been that way for a year almost. You know, it seems to be the case.
โดนไปโดนสโลว์คอมโบ
Block that time.
Alright, let's see what. Oh, okay. Going
Heat
for the
smash
low
is
hit.
coming.
ต้อง
There it is.
ไปครับ
The mixed up goes for the low hit.
Oh my gosh.
So close here.
Shadow. Oh, counter hit the Shining Wizard. I was gonna say Shadow has some great life recovery. Finding
ใจ
hit
คู่ใจ
engager
คู่
would be
แต่
easier
มัน
to
เร็วมาก
tell, but doesn't even get a chance to the counter hit grab. Gets in the game.
Yeah, good stuff. But John as well. very
โซ
good.
เรนดอมนะครับ
Tiger Uppercut, he had one chance to make it into the Tekken World Tour Finals, and he took it, in such a stacked tournament. So, I guess he's very, very good under pressure, and he's playing well already to begin with.
And Shadow switching it up to the Claudio now. I mean, this to me is his main. Like, I understand, want to try to defeat him more, and maybe the evasion of the character helps against King, but
Claudio.
I've always thought Shadow's main best character is Claudio.
Yeah, he doesn't use it as much anymore though. It's quite
Back
strange.
to
when it
basic.
comes to Safina in most situations, but we know, it's time to release his true power. Like we were talking earlier.
It's the
remember?
finals,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And, that's what I was
Chickering, remember, he's saving it for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
true power.
But I think about Lee Mishima and Group A.
Yeah, nothing.
Where I'm like, dude, that's what got you here, right? Like, use what got you here.
Right, here we go. Final form Shadow. Let's see what he does here. I reckon that John is definitely going to switch his game up here a lot. Again, just not pressing any buttons. Backdash again.
Yeah, I think part of Shadow's strategy
โดนอี
is
กแล้ว
have really good Claudio's impact and like off it, so it's like, all right, maybe they can strengthen my character. I don't want to deal with that. But I still feel like you already know how to play the
อีกที
character.
หนึง
You
ซ้าย
already
ส
know
ล
it.
บ
You
ได้
gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. He is one of the best
เปิด
players
ฮี
in
ท
the world for sure.
Yeah. Running with the pressure outside
เขียนล่าง
People say
A5 ไปหนึ่งที
both of them super passive
โดนเบี่ยงกล้าม
plus 100 there
และ
and the low to take it.
ทางสี่หรือเปล่า
Strong right now.
Yeah, in a game where offense and aggression is rewarded,
ถูก
defense is extra important.
เวบู
right?
เวบูมา
Be successful with your defense. It's gonna pay off.
Yeah, and I think both characters, both players, utilize that very well. They're both very, very good defensively. And sometimes rounds are over with 15 seconds, but you can see, the timer does go down a lot more here. Very nice heat engager. What's the mix up? Oh,
Ooh.
Get out of here, the
สว
hot
ย
kick.
ความ
The
คิด
disrespect there with the hop kick. Oh,
เอ้า
what? What was that?
I've never seen that drop, but it doesn't matter. Spin him. And the round for Shadow.
Good stuff
ก็
there.
ได้อยู่ครับ
What Shadow does.
Always have a funny for Claudio's forward 2-2. Oh, big
net
delay.
grab, yeah. That's the danger of that move. If you challenge, which you have to at times,
Yeah.
you're going to get hit by the second hit.
Oh my gosh, low splat. Oh my god,
Wow.
high throw.
Yeah, how did you get that?
อืม
Oh, people's elbow.
ทิ้งศอกด้วย
Oh my gosh, barely survived it.
สวย
Wall
โอ้
splat.
คัมแบ็กเนี่ย
Thomas conversion, still has heat. Another wall splat. So sick. Oh, one of the
A5 ไปโอ้โห คัมแบ็กแบบสวยงามมากครับ
wall to wall to wall.
So
I thought there was like a couple points there where he could have done like a heat dash out of the combo, off the wall, and continued. He's like, nah, don't worry about it.
Hey,
ข้างหน้า
you can see the
Oh, yeah,
confidence
Ning.
building up in Shadow. And I said before, this is his actual main character. So he probably seems more confident now.
That was an interesting test there against the muscle armor.
More than two. Again, just small pokes. Back one. Landing that so many times every single round here.
เบี่ยงมา เตะล่างไปแล้วนิ่ง
Shadow way behind Wade. Did he get it?
โอ้
That's going to put him in a bad situation. Super dangerous here at the wall.
ได้คอมโบด้วยนะครับ เมื่อกี้แอร์บอลเขียร์ล่างมา เขียร์ล่างอีกที เฮ5
Nice jab.
และคีจะแมสมาเดา
And just like that, it is set point for the John.
Let's
Match
see if
point,
Shadow
match
can
point.
hang on here. Again, both of them super defensive.
จับคู่แก้ได้
Yeah, he needed it. He's been getting thrown
Back up.
against the outside shot. He was out
โอ้
of
โห
the air.
จับกลางอากาศเลย โอ้โห
He stuck it with
He doesn't
nothing.
do anything with it though. Oh, break on the
เจนสวิงครับ จัดไป
wrong rip.
ปราบ
Not looking good for Shadow. Way
เปิด
behind.
ทีไป
Raw heat.
เปิดทีด้วย
Activate back. Muscle armor.
โอ้โหเบ่งกล้าม รอ
The heat dash combo.
อีแดดมา คอมโบ
Done.
How many
ส่ง
times?
ถึงวอลไหม
Way too many.
เข้าในแล้ว
Wall. Wait, this
Oh.
is the John's corner.
เอียงไปนิดนึง
Yeah, remember that.
เบ่งกล้ามไปแล้วนิ่ง
Oh, this is
เตะล่าง
Can't
Check
count
mid.
Shadow out.
Oh,
Punish.
minus 10. Very good punish
Got
there.
enough health back from that.
โอ้นี่นะครับแชมป์ TGU แชมป์ TGU กับรองแชมป์ TGU โอเคครับทุกคนไว้เจอกันไปข้างนอกละวันนี้อาจจะมี Sleeping Dog ต่อนะครับทุกคน